Dear listener, relax now and let your body settle into a calm, gentle stillness. Feel the weight of your limbs, the slow rhythm of your breathing, the quiet warmth that surrounds you. Let your mind drift softly, like clouds moving across a wide, open sky. Picture a field stretched under a silver drizzle, mist curling lightly around the edges of hills and soft grasses. Every sound is muffled and gentle. Every movement is calm and deliberate. Let yourself feel the gentle wetness of the air, the subtle scent of grass, and the quiet pulse of the world ready to unfold. Our story today begins in a pasture long untouched. After the Black Death, the fields lay wild, grasses tall and bending under the rain, flowers sprouting in irregular bursts of color. Sheep wandered freely, their coats thick and tangled from months without a shepherd's care. Each sheep moves slowly, some nibbling at the wet greenery, others pausing to lift their heads and glance at distant hills. The sky is a soft gray, and every droplet of drizzle falls like a gentle finger brushing the landscape. The world is still, waiting patiently for the return of familiar rhythms. The shepherd enters from the hill, boots pressing softly into the sodden earth. He walks with measured steps, careful to disturb neither puddles nor wandering sheep. His cloak is damp but comfortable, the hood pulled low over his hair, shielding him from the light drizzle. With each step, the muffled squelch of his boots becomes a steady, calming rhythm, as though marking the slow heartbeat of the pasture itself. He pauses occasionally, tilting his head, calling softly, a sound barely rising above the muted murmur of rainfall. The sheep lift their heads, ears flicking, some moving slowly toward him, while others remain grazing, each one guided by instinct and memory rather than hurry. The shepherd's voice is low and melodic, the syllables stretching gently into the mist. Each call carries warmth, reassurance, and familiarity. The soft sound of the words reaches the ears of the animals, who respond with gentle bleats and small, deliberate movements toward him. The air vibrates slightly with the quiet chorus of sheep, the wet grass, and the drizzle falling in perfect unison. He walks slowly among them, hand extended lightly, brushing a coat here, resting a palm on a shoulder there. Each touch is careful, considerate, and full of calm reassurance. The world seems to sigh around him as he moves, echoing the soft pulse of life returning to the fields. A slight breeze rises from the eastern hills, carrying the scent of wet earth and new growth. The shepherd breathes deeply, letting the cool air fill his lungs, feeling it circulate like a slow, gentle wave through his chest. Around him, the sheep respond to the movement of wind, some flicking ears, others shifting weight on their hooves. He kneels briefly to adjust a tangled strand of grass caught in a sheep's wool. Moving slowly, deliberately, almost as if each motion is a meditation. The soft touch of his hands, the whisper of cloth against wet wool, and the low, rhythmic bleats of the flock combine into a lullaby of calm, enveloping him and the listener alike. He pauses at the edge of a small pond, reflections blurred by the drizzle and the faint ripples of raindrops. The water mirrors the soft gray sky, clouds drifting lazily, and the faint green of the surrounding grass. The shepherd leans slightly to trace the outline of the pond with his fingers, noticing the way the water moves, subtle, soothing, and steady. Sheep wander near the edge, dipping their heads slowly to drink, their movements deliberate, unhurried, each action resonating with the slow rhythm of the land. The gentle lapping of water, the soft press of hooves on soft earth, and the whisper of rain combine to form a tranquil symphony that guides the mind toward rest. He continues across the pasture, voice soft steps, quiet. The drizzle thickens slightly, beads forming on his cloak and glinting faintly as the light shifts. The mist rises more fully from low points in the land, curling around rocks, fences, and the legs of grazing sheep. The shepherd tilts his head, watching the soft movement of the flock, noting their calm curiosity, their slow, thoughtful actions. Some sheep nuzzle him gently, others lift eyes toward the sky, accepting the rhythm of the drizzle and the serenity of the returning caretaker. Every gesture, every sound, every motion feels like a lullaby for the fields themselves. The path through the pasture curves gently toward a cluster of small, weathered cottages at the far edge of the land. Chimneys rise thinly into the mist, smoke curling slowly and blending with the drizzle. The shepherd approaches with measured steps, calling softly to the flock. Each bleat echoes faintly, a gentle repetition that soothes both listener and shepherd alike. The sheep follow without rush, bodies moving fluidly through tall grasses, hooves sinking slightly into soft soil. Their passage leaves a subtle trace in the earth, a quiet rhythm mirrored in the listening mind, reinforcing a sense of calm and security. Along the way, he notices small signs of life returning fully to the land. Early wildflowers nod in the breeze, small insects hover near puddles, and birds flit softly among low shrubs. Each detail is subtle, almost imperceptible, yet together they weave a tapestry of quiet restoration. The shepherd breathes in the scent of wet earth, the soft perfume of flowers, the crisp air of early recovery. He feels a gentle weight lift from the past, the lingering shadow of the Black Death replaced slowly by the steady, calming presence of life reasserting itself. He reaches a small rise, overlooking the pasture, pausing to observe the flock. The sheep have gathered more fully now, forming loose clusters, some resting, others still grazing. He kneels to stroke a nearby lamb, feeling the softness of wool and the warmth of life. His voice rises gently in soft calls, the melody of his words weaving through the air. Each syllable seems to linger, blending with the drizzle, the wind, the faint rustle of grasses, and the distant hum of the returning village. The listener feels carried by this rhythm, weightless, as if walking alongside him in the silver-tinged mist. The light begins to shift subtly, the soft silver of early drizzle mingling with hints of pale sunlight pressing through clouds. Everything takes on a gentle glow, reflecting off wet leaves, grasses, and the soft wool of the sheep. The shepherd's movements slow further, deliberate, full of care. He adjusts the placement of a small fence post, brushes dew from a lamb's face, and watches the flock move with tranquil curiosity. Each moment is calm, soft, and meditative. The world breathes with him, every inhalation and exhalation a gentle wave of serenity, guiding the listener toward relaxation and sleep. If these quiet tales are helping you drift off, a gentle like or a silent subscribe would mean the world. It helps this sleepy corner of the internet reach others who need a little calm to. I always wonder, where in the world are you listening from right now? If you're still awake, leave a whisper of a comment, maybe your city and the time on your clock. It's a beautiful thing, this quiet little global gathering, all connected through stories and stillness. Now, let's set the mood, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and get comfortable. The shepherd rises slowly, boots pressing softly into the sodden earth, leaving faint impressions in the grass. His gaze drifts across the pasture, noting the subtle movements of his flock. Each sheep shifts gently, some resting heads on soft ground, others lifting them in quiet curiosity. The drizzle continues, soft and rhythmic, like a gentle metronome marking the passing moments. He breathes in the damp, fragrant air, feeling a slow warmth spread from his chest to his paws. Every inhalation is calm, every exhalation releases tension, and the listener is invited to follow each quiet rhythm as the world unfolds around them. He steps down the slope toward a small cluster of reeds swaying lightly in the breeze near a shallow stream. Water trickles softly over smooth stones, creating a soothing background hum. A few sheep wander close, dipping hooves gently into the shallow water. The shepherd kneels beside the stream, cupping his paws to collect droplets, letting the water trickle back gently. Each movement is deliberate, unhurried, like a slow dance with the land. The drizzle forms faint ripples across the surface, and the shepherd watches them, tracing the patterns with calm attention. The soft whisper of water mingles with the muted sounds of sheep and rain, crafting a melody that guides the listener deeper into relaxation. Nearby, a small lamb wanders slightly off from the main flock. Its hooves press softly into the wet grass, and it pauses every few steps to nibble a sprig of greenery. The shepherd notices immediately, crouching to match the lamb's height. He stretches out a paw slowly, and the lamb approaches with gentle trust. The soft press of wool against his paw, the tender nuzzle of its nose, the warm breath mingling with the drizzle, all create a soothing tapestry of sensory calm. The listener can imagine the soft pressure, the slight tremble of the lamb, and the steady reassurance of the shepherd's presence, all inviting a deep sense of peace. A gentle wind stirs across the pasture, lifting droplets of rain from leaves and tall grasses. The shepherd allows the breeze to brush against his fur, feeling it carry the scent of wet earth and new growth. The sheep respond subtly, ears flicking, tails swaying, bodies shifting in quiet harmony with the air. He lifts his hand, brushing across the shoulder of a nearby sheep, and continues his walk slowly along the edge of the stream. Each movement is smooth, fluid, and soft, the world around him moving in gentle concert with his steps. The listener feels the rhythm, the slow heartbeat of the land, and their body mirrors the calm flow of the scene. The shepherd reaches a small wooden bridge spanning the stream. Its planks are slick with drizzle, darkened by the soft rain. He pauses, resting a paw lightly on the rail, observing how water trickles beneath him, catching faint glimmers of light. The sheep cross behind him one by one, careful with each hoofstep, their movements steady and unhurried. He guides them with soft calls, each syllable a melodic hum that blends with the rhythm of rain and flowing water. The bridge creaks faintly under weight and moisture, a subtle reminder of age and endurance. The listener is invited to breathe with the rise and fall of each small sound, the soft creaking, the gentle trickle, and the rhythmic steps of the flock. On the far side of the bridge, the pasture opens wider, grasses bending toward each other like waves. The shepherd moves slowly, scanning the rolling hills dotted with wandering sheep. The drizzle lightens, and the faint silver glow of early morning or late afternoon spreads across the landscape. The shepherd's movements are careful, almost ceremonial, as he guides the flock toward a gentle slope. Each step, each glance, each soft call is measured, deliberate, and infused with warmth. The listener can imagine moving alongside him, feeling the soft press of boots on wet grass, the faint breeze brushing past, and the calm, rhythmic bleating of the flock. He notices a small grove of trees near the center of the pasture. Leaves drip gently with rain, creating a delicate patter that blends into the chorus of other sounds. He pauses beneath the largest tree, extending a paw to brush away droplets from the trunk. The bark is rough and damp, grounding him in the present. Sheep gather beneath scattered branches for brief shelter, their bodies creating gentle rustles as they settle. The shepherd moves among them, smoothing wool, adjusting positions, offering quiet reassurances. The interaction is silent, yet profoundly expressive, the world and the listener attuned to subtle signs of care and presence. A lamb nudges the shepherd gently, seeking attention. He kneels slowly, allowing it to press against him. Its warm, soft wool and tiny, rhythmic breathing create a lullaby of calm. The shepherd murmurs soft sounds, not words, letting the melody of presence carry through the field. Other sheep wander close, creating a living tapestry of warmth and soft movement. Every interaction is slow, careful, and deliberate, allowing the listener to sink further into the serene rhythm of the pasture. As the shepherd rises again, he notices the distant village rooftops, smoke curling lazily from chimneys. The world beyond the pasture is quiet, recovering, gentle. He begins to guide the flock toward a familiar pen, moving with unhurried steps. The sheep follow, each one responding to subtle gestures, soft calls, and gentle pressure from his paw. The mist lifts slightly, revealing soft green slopes and scattered wildflowers that nod in the breeze. The listener can imagine the gradual unfolding of this serene journey, each step creating a sense of calm and anticipation for completion, like the slow easing into sleep. He pauses at the edge of the pen, allowing the flock to settle into familiar spaces. Each sheep shifts gently, arranging itself in the soft mud or tall grass, the occasional nudge of a companion providing reassurance. The shepherd walks slowly among them, adjusting positions, smoothing wool, checking that each is comfortable and safe. The quiet satisfaction in his movements, the gentle rhythm of his presence, and the subtle chorus of bleating and dripping water create an enveloping soundscape. The listener can feel the serenity, the weight of calmness pressing gently into every limb, guiding them closer to deep rest. The drizzle softens further, leaving only the faintest silver veil over the pasture. The shepherd kneels briefly by a small trough, allowing a lamb to drink. The soft lap of water, mingled with gentle sighs of settling sheep, forms a hypnotic rhythm. He leans back against the trunk of a nearby tree, allowing the body to relax fully, paws resting lightly on the grass. The world is quiet, steady, and safe. Each breath matches the gentle sway of leaves, the slow movements of the flock, and the tender cadence of returning life. The listener is invited to sink fully into this rhythm, each inhale and exhale drawing calm deeper into the mind and body. The shepherd sits quietly beneath the tree, letting the weight of the day settle gently around him. The silver drizzle has slowed to a fine mist, soft against fur and grass alike. The lambs nestled close, pressed lightly against one another, warmth radiating in gentle pulses. He stretches a paw toward a tiny lamb, tracing the outline of its ears with slow, deliberate care. Each movement is unhurried, allowing the listener to follow the rhythm of his breath, the rise and fall of the flock, and the quiet harmony of the pasture. Above, the clouds part just enough to allow a soft, pearly light to filter down. The pasture glows faintly, shimmering across dew-laden blades of grass. The shepherd tilts his head, watching each droplet refract this gentle illumination. In this moment, every detail feels magnified: the slight twitch of a sheep's ear, the soft sway of a willow branch, the subtle ripple of water over stones. The listener is invited to notice these small, calm movements, letting them weave a slow, steady relaxation through the mind. The distant hills are cloaked in mist, their contours soft and welcoming. The shepherd rises, paws pressing into the moist earth as he walks along a small ridge. Each step is deliberate and measured, and the sheep follow in quiet procession. Their hooves make soft impressions, each one a subtle percussion in the serene landscape. He pauses often, looking over the expanse, letting the flock spread gently around him. The soft rustle of grass, the faint bleat of a lamb, and the whisper of wind through branches combine into a lullaby of stillness and comfort. The shepherd guides them toward a shallow hollow where the ground is softer and dotted with wildflowers. Small petals brush against his paws and the sheep's legs as they move. The colors, faint lavender, soft yellow, tender pink, catch the diffused light, shimmering like a delicate dream. The lambs pause to nibble, their tiny movements gentle and rhythmic. The shepherd kneels among them, brushing his paw over the top of a lamb's head, and the soft pressure and warmth create a quiet sense of safety and belonging. The listener can feel each motion as if moving alongside them, slow and steady, breathing in the calm. A small bird alights on a low branch nearby, shaking droplets from its feathers. The shepherd lifts his gaze, eyes soft and attentive, appreciating the delicate flutter. The flock seems to notice too, pausing for a moment, as if the bird's presence is a subtle signal of reassurance. Every element of the pasture, the rain, the soft grass, the gentle bleating, and the bird's light movements becomes part of a seamless melody of calm. The listener's mind drifts, following the soft patterns, letting tension ease away with each tiny sound. The shepherd leads the flock toward a gentle slope that descends to a cluster of small wooden pens. The structures are simple and worn, yet they offer security and comfort. He moves among the sheep, carefully guiding them into familiar spaces. Paw gestures gentle, posture calm, each movement encouraging compliance without force. The lambs follow willingly, nudging one another lightly, settling into the spaces with soft sighs. The listener can imagine settling into this world, each inhale syncing with the calm bleating and exhale, releasing any lingering tension or worry. As the flock settles, the shepherd walks slowly along the edge of the pasture. He pauses occasionally, brushing his paw over a fence post, allowing the texture to anchor his presence in the present. The grass glistens with residual moisture, each blade a tiny prism catching the soft light. Every step, every pause, every subtle movement is deliberate and slow, a rhythm that invites the listener to sink deeper into calm. The faint sounds of the distant village, muffled and soft, mix with the pasture's natural chorus to create a gentle, hypnotic soundscape. The shepherd notices a single lamb lingering behind, slightly hesitant. He kneels, lowering his body to its level, and extends a paw with gentle encouragement. The lamb steps forward cautiously, then presses against him, finding warmth and reassurance. The shepherd murmurs soft sounds, not words, letting the vibration of presence be the guiding melody. Other sheep observe silently, their breathing and subtle movements contributing to the quiet harmony of the moment. The listener is guided to imagine these soft interactions, feeling the warmth, safety, and steady calm spreading through every limb. Above the pasture, the mist begins to thin, allowing the faintest glimmer of sunlight to peek through. The shepherd stands tall, surveying the scene with serene awareness. The soft gleam touches the dew on the grass and the wool of the flock, creating tiny, sparkling points of light. Each shimmer is delicate and gentle, a visual lullaby. The shepherd walks slowly among the lambs and sheep, smoothing fur, offering quiet presence, his movements like a gentle tide flowing through the pasture. The listener can follow the shimmer of light in their mind's eye, eyes heavy and relaxed, breathing slow and steady. The drizzle has almost disappeared now, leaving only a faint trace on leaves and grass. The shepherd pauses near a small stone path that winds through the pasture. His paws trace the path slowly, careful with each step, the tactile rhythm grounding him in the soft earth. The flock moves with him, their soft bleating, shifting wool, and gentle steps blending into a slow, relaxing cadence. The soundscape becomes almost hypnotic, the soft tap of hooves, the distant trickle of stream water, the subtle patter of remaining droplets. The listener is drawn into this rhythm, each inhalation matching the soft pulse of movement, each exhalation letting the mind and body release further into calm. The shepherd reaches a small wooden bridge at the far end of the pasture. He pauses, resting his paw lightly on the rail, listening to the soft gurgle of water beneath. The sheep cross slowly, one by one, guided by gentle calls and careful paw gestures. The bridge creaks faintly, a subtle reminder of the passage of time, yet the sound is soft, almost melodic. The shepherd watches each sheep, ensuring safety and comfort, movements deliberate and tender. The listener imagines crossing this bridge alongside them, feeling each soft step, the gentle sway beneath, and the comforting rhythm of the water below. He continues to guide the flock toward a cluster of low, rounded hills at the edge of the pasture. Each hill is dotted with small wildflowers and dew-speckled grasses. The lambs pause to nibble, the soft sound of chewing blending with distant bird calls. The shepherd kneels occasionally to smooth wool, adjust positions, or offer quiet reassurance. Every action is slow, intentional, and infused with calm care. The listener is invited to synchronize with this pace, breathing in calm, releasing tension, and drifting further into a peaceful state. As the sun begins to rise higher, the pasture is bathed in a soft, golden light. Dew glistens across the grass, and the gentle movements of the flock create tiny ripples in the shimmering world. The shepherd stands in the center, surveying his flock with calm, quiet pride. Each soft movement, each gentle step, each tender gesture forms a harmonious rhythm that echoes through the pasture. The listener feels themselves carried along, body sinking deeper into relaxation, mind quieting, senses attuned to the gentle flow of life around them. The shepherd begins to lead the flock toward a shallow grove at the edge of the pasture. The trees are tall and spaced evenly, their leaves brushing softly against one another in the gentle morning breeze. The flock moves quietly beneath the canopy, hooves pressing lightly into soft soil, each step releasing a faint, earthy scent. The shepherd walks slowly, occasionally extending a paw to guide a lamb around a low root or over a small, mossy stone. The rhythm of movement, paired with the soft creaking of branches and distant bird songs, creates a gentle lull that eases the listener's mind. He pauses beneath a particularly broad oak, the bark textured and warm under his paw. The light filters through the leaves, scattering delicate patterns across the forest floor. The lambs cluster around him, their small bodies pressing together, their breathing soft and steady. The shepherd tilts his head, eyes calm and patient, as he observes the natural patterns of life unfolding. The subtle sounds of the grove, the rustle of leaves, the faint trickle of water from a nearby brook, the distant hum of insects are described softly, inviting the listener to picture themselves immersed in this quiet sanctuary. A light mist drifts between the trees, settling on the fur of the sheep, glimmering faintly in the soft sunlight. The shepherd brushes a paw along the back of a lamb, smoothing the damp fur with careful movements. Each action is slow, deliberate, and gentle, demonstrating care and attentiveness. The listener is encouraged to feel this same gentleness within themselves, breathing in calm and releasing any tension with each exhale. The flock seems aware of the shepherd's presence, their movements harmonious and fluid, forming a peaceful, moving tableau of quiet companionship. The shepherd walks deeper into the grove, guiding the flock toward a small clearing where wildflowers bloom in muted shades of violet, cream, and soft pink. The lambs pause to nibble lightly, their small mouths moving rhythmically, each chew a soothing, repetitive sound. He kneels occasionally, adjusting the flock's positioning, ensuring that no lamb strays too far from the group. His movements are slow and fluid, almost meditative, allowing the listener to match their own breath to the gentle rhythm of the scene. Near the center of the clearing, a small brook winds through smooth stones, water whispering over its edges. The shepherd leads the flock to drink, crouching beside them, his paw hovering lightly over the water to test its depth and flow. Each lamb approaches hesitantly, then drinks in quiet, careful sips. The shepherd observes each one, nodding softly as if to reassure them, the subtle motions full of warmth and attention. The gentle sound of flowing water and soft drinking bleats combine into a harmonious background, allowing the listener to drift further into relaxation, each sound weaving a delicate lullaby for the mind. Once the lambs have finished, the shepherd stands slowly, shaking off droplets of water from his fur. The flock follows, obediently, moving in a fluid, gentle procession. He guides them toward a patch of soft grass near the edge of the grove, where the earth is warm and mossy. The lambs settle one by one, their bodies curling softly into the grass, their small forms exhaling into quiet stillness. The shepherd sits down among them, back resting against the trunk of a tree, observing with tranquil, watchful eyes. The sunlight shifts subtly as the morning progresses, illuminating tiny particles of dust and pollen in the air. Each movement of the light and shadow seems slow and deliberate, painting the clearing in gentle, shifting hues. The shepherd's gaze follows these patterns, calm and unhurried, allowing the listener to notice the intricate play of light on leaves, fur, and moss. He tilts his head slightly, listening to the soft creaks of branches, the distant hum of bees, and the faint murmur of wind through the trees, creating a deeply relaxing, immersive soundscape. A butterfly flutters into the clearing, delicate wings brushing against sunbeams. The lambs watch with quiet fascination, heads tilting gently as they track the movement. The shepherd stretches a paw slowly toward the butterfly, stopping just short, respecting its fragile presence. The interaction is delicate, careful, a perfect example of quiet attention and patience. The listener is invited to picture each movement, soft and flowing, feeling a similar attentiveness settle over their own body and mind. The shepherd stands again, walking slowly to the edge of the grove, where the land begins to slope gently toward a wide open meadow. The flock follows in soft, careful steps, their small hooves pressing impressions into damp earth. The meadow stretches out beneath a sky that has cleared to soft, luminous blue. Light ripples across the grass, each blade swaying slightly in a gentle breeze. The shepherd pauses occasionally, allowing the flock to explore, guiding them back with soft gestures. Each movement calm, measured, and full of care. At the heart of the meadow, a single large tree rises, its branches spreading wide, offering shelter and shade. The shepherd guides the flock toward the tree, kneeling to smooth wool and adjust positions as necessary. Lambs curl beneath the branches, small bodies nesting into each other, creating a scene of quiet, comforting stillness. The shepherd settles down beside them, eyes soft and observing, exuding calm and reassurance. The listener can imagine themselves within this peaceful tableau, feeling the rhythm of breath, the warmth of presence, and the gentle sway of life around them. Above the meadow, a few clouds drift lazily, the light shifting slowly, casting soft shadows across the grass. The shepherd watches the sky, tilting his head, listening to the distant hum of insects and the occasional call of a bird. Each sound is gentle, barely disturbing the calm, creating a continuous thread of soothing environmental detail. The flock is serene, the lambs relaxed and safe, and the shepherd's presence reinforces this tranquility. The listener is invited to breathe with the scene, inhaling serenity, exhaling tension, feeling each detail settle into a deep sense of calm. The shepherd rises slowly, stretching lightly, the motion smooth and unhurried. He walks a small path along the edge of the meadow, the lambs following obediently, sometimes pausing to nibble on tender shoots of grass. Each step, each paw placement is precise and soft, creating a hypnotic rhythm for the listener to follow. The gentle crunch of grass under paw and the soft rustle of leaves combine to form a delicate symphony of relaxation, each note guiding the mind toward deep tranquility. As he reaches a small stream cutting through the meadow, he pauses, lowering his paw to trace the edge of the water. The stream reflects the soft morning light, rippling slowly as the shepherd's paw brushes the surface. The lambs drink quietly, one by one, and then settle near the bank, bodies curled and relaxed. The shepherd sits beside them, allowing the sounds of flowing water and soft drinking to fill the space. The listener is invited to imagine the cool water, the gentle ripple against the paw, and the collective calm of the flock, drawing them further into a serene, sleep-ready state. The shepherd rises slowly from the stream bank, brushing off his fur with careful, deliberate motions. Each movement is soft and unhurried, the kind of gentle care that invites the listener to mimic the same calm in their own body. He glances over the flock, ensuring every lamb is settled and comfortable. A few small birds flit nearby, their wings beating quietly as they hop from branch to branch, adding a delicate rhythm to the scene. The shepherd's eyes follow them for a moment, calm and patient, then return to his flock with a quiet smile. He begins walking along a narrow, winding path that curves through the meadow. The grass is tall and damp, brushing against his paws with a soft, soothing friction. Each lamb follows obediently, their small hooves pressing faint impressions into the earth. Occasionally, the shepherd stops to nudge a stray lamb back to the group, or gently brush a fallen leaf from its back. These subtle gestures tender and measured, encourage the listener to feel a similar gentle attentiveness in their own hands and arms. The soft sounds of movement, the rustle of grass, the quiet shuffle of hooves blend seamlessly with the ambient hum of nature. As the path bends, the shepherd leads the flock toward a grove of birch trees, their white trunks standing like quiet sentinels in the morning light. The bark is smooth under his paws, and the leaves sway softly in the gentle breeze, creating a hushed, rhythmic whisper. The lambs pause to explore briefly, sniffing at fallen twigs and tender shoots of grass. The shepherd kneels beside a young lamb, smoothing its fur with patient, steady motions. The lamb nuzzles him lightly, the soft touch of fur and the gentle sighs of contentment reinforcing the serene atmosphere. The listener is guided to imagine these textures and sounds as if they are brushing along their own arms, easing tension and inviting relaxation. The shepherd continues, guiding the flock toward the top of a gentle hill where the meadow opens to a wide, sunlit panorama. The horizon stretches softly, bathed in warm light that flickers over the grass and distant trees. The lambs move slowly, unhurried, exploring the hilltop while remaining close to the shepherd. He pauses at the crest, looking out over the open expanse, and takes a deep, quiet breath, letting the cool air fill his lungs. The flock settles around him, some curling beneath his shadow, others grazing quietly. The soft rustle of their movement and the faint whisper of wind across the hill creates a calming, hypnotic soundscape. A gentle drizzle begins to fall, silver droplets scattering softly across the meadow. The shepherd lifts a paw to shield his eyes momentarily, then smiles as he watches the water glint on blades of grass. The lambs pause, shaking gently to flick off the moisture, then continue to graze or rest. The sound of rain is soft and steady, tapping rhythmically on leaves and grass, blending with the quiet murmurs of the flock. The shepherd moves slowly among them, guiding a few closer to cover beneath a nearby tree. His movements are fluid and tender, allowing the listener to feel the soft rhythm of care and protection settle in their own mind. He kneels beneath the tree, brushing the wet fur of a lamb gently, each motion smooth and deliberate. The lamb leans into his touch, eyes half closed, and the shepherd hums softly, a quiet, rhythmic sound that mingles with the rain. He adjusts a few other lambs into more comfortable positions, tucking them in with soft paws and gentle nudges. The surrounding grove absorbs the sounds, leaving only the calm whispers of water, fur brushing, and soft sighs of contented animals. The listener is encouraged to focus on each small detail: the texture of fur, the weight of a small body against the shepherd, the subtle warmth of shared presence. After a while, the rain eases, leaving a light mist hovering over the grass and trees. The shepherd rises carefully, pawing gently at the damp earth as he walks toward a small stone wall marking the edge of the meadow. The lambs follow, moving fluidly, their small bodies casting faint shadows in the soft morning light. He pauses at the wall, looking down at the valley below, watching the mist roll gently between distant hills. The scene is calm, expansive, and serene, each element breathing quietly with the others. The listener is invited to imagine themselves standing on the hilltop, breathing in the misty air, and feeling the quiet sense of openness and peace. He gestures softly to the flock, guiding them to a narrow trail that winds down the slope. The lambs follow, moving with trust and rhythm, guided by the shepherd's steady presence. Their hooves make gentle impressions in the soft earth, and the subtle sounds of the trail leaves brushing. Small stones shifting create a calming, continuous background. The shepherd pauses occasionally to check on the lambs, brushing damp fur or nudging them gently back on course. The deliberate care and unhurried pace allow the listener to match their own breathing to the shepherd's calm, steady rhythm. At the base of the slope, a small wooden bridge crosses a shallow brook. The shepherd leads the flock across carefully, each lamb stepping softly on the planks, ears twitching at the gentle sound of water below. The shepherd's paws follow, steady and reassuring, as he ensures that no lamb slips or hesitates. The flowing water beneath the bridge glints in the light, creating tiny ripples that reflect the soft, peaceful world around them. The listener is encouraged to picture the sound of water flowing over stones, the gentle sway of the bridge underpaw, and the quiet harmony of the flock moving safely across, feeling a sense of calm wash over them. Once across the bridge, the shepherd guides the lambs into a shaded grove where the sunlight filters through tall trees in soft, dappled patterns. The lambs pause to nibble at tender shoots of grass, their movements slow and measured, while the shepherd watches over them, eyes calm and alert. He kneels occasionally, adjusting a few lambs for comfort, smoothing fur and whispering quiet reassurances. The subtle interplay of movement, touch, and sound forms a hypnotic rhythm that encourages the listener's body and mind to mirror the same slow, gentle attentiveness. The breeze carries the faint scent of damp earth and blooming wildflowers. The shepherd closes his eyes for a moment, inhaling deeply, feeling the soft movement of wind over fur and leaves. The lambs settle around him, curling into soft clusters, each small body exhaling into contentment. The shepherd rests his head lightly against the trunk of a nearby tree, eyes half closed, fully present, embodying calm and serenity. The listener is invited to picture themselves in this grove, surrounded by warmth, gentle movement, and the soft cadence of life continuing in a quiet, measured rhythm. The shepherd opens his eyes slowly, the soft light filtering through the leaves, illuminating his warm fur. He stretches gently, the subtle sound of joints easing and fur shifting blending with the quiet murmur of the grove. Each lamb stirs with him, stretching small legs and blinking sleepily, their breathing steady and relaxed. He rises and begins walking through the grove again. Paws brushing softly against fallen leaves, their edges wet from the morning mist. The movement is slow and deliberate, the kind that allows a listener to match their own breathing to the rhythm of the journey. He reaches a small clearing where the grass is short and dotted with tiny flowers swaying lightly in the breeze. The shepherd kneels down and gathers a few blossoms, arranging them gently in a shallow depression in the earth. He watches the lambs as they sniff and nudge the blooms, their curiosity gentle and unhurried. The soft colors of the flowers and the subtle fragrance in the air invite the listener to imagine a calm, peaceful moment, as if they are kneeling beside the shepherd themselves. The faint rustle of petals and the occasional hum of a bee create a layered, gentle soundscape. A distant church bell rings slowly, its mellow tone echoing across the valley. The shepherd lifts his head, listening, allowing the sound to wash over him and the flock. The lambs pause briefly, ears twitching, before resuming their slow, careful exploration. Each step is measured, each glance thoughtful, as the shepherd moves among them, occasionally brushing wet fur from their backs, or nudging a lamb toward a patch of particularly sweet grass. The listener is encouraged to let the sound of the bell and the movement of the flock guide their own heart rate to a slower, calmer pace. The shepherd finds a small stream meandering through the clearing, water sparkling and clear. He lowers a paw to the water and gently scoops up a small drink, feeling the cool liquid flow over his tongue. The lambs gather nearby, some drinking cautiously, others splashing lightly with small hooves. The shepherd watches them with quiet amusement, brushing a tiny lamb's ear when it shivers from the chill. The soft sounds of flowing water, gentle splashes, and contented sighs of the lambs create a hypnotic rhythm, soothing the listener deeper into a state of relaxation. He follows the stream upstream, the ground soft underpaw, and the light shifting through the trees, casting a dappled golden pattern across the path. The lambs follow closely, occasionally pausing to nibble on tender shoots or investigate a curious stone. The shepherd pauses, often lifting damp leaves, gently nudging wayward lambs, or kneeling to adjust a tuft of fur. The listener is encouraged to focus on these small, attentive movements, imagining themselves moving in sync with the calm, deliberate rhythm of care and attention. After some time, the shepherd reaches a small wooden fence enclosing a gentle hill. He guides the flock through the gate, paws brushing softly against the worn wood. The lambs move slowly, sniffing the fence posts and stepping carefully over the threshold. The shepherd walks behind them, watching each step, ensuring safety, occasionally brushing fur dampened by the morning mist. The gentle pressure of his paw and the quiet, caring gestures invite the listener to sink deeper into calm, imagining themselves embraced by the same soft attentiveness. He climbs the gentle hill with measured steps, pausing to watch the valley stretch out beneath him. The lambs trail behind, exploring small tufts of grass and wildflowers. The shepherd kneels at the crest of the hill, resting a paw on a soft patch of moss, feeling the gentle texture beneath him. He watches a small butterfly hover over a flower, its wings beating softly and rhythmically. The flock gathers near him, ears alert but bodies relaxed. The scene invites the listener to imagine the subtle movements of life, the gentle rhythm of nature, and the soft embrace of quiet attentiveness. The sky begins to shift in color, pale pinks and golds blending with the lingering mist. The shepherd pauses, breathing slowly, absorbing the peaceful transition of light. The lambs follow his gaze, some curling into soft clusters, while others graze quietly. The shepherd moves among them, brushing small droplets of mist from their fur and adjusting their positions for comfort. The soft swish of tails, faint rustle of leaves, and gentle tap of hooves create a layered, comforting soundscape that guides the listener further into calm and relaxation. The meadow seems to breathe with the rhythm of the night, the leaves, stream, and mist moving in slow harmony. The shepherd rests fully, tail wrapped securely around his flock, ears flicking only occasionally to acknowledge the quiet movements of the night. The lamb's breathing is slow and even, a steady cadence of calm. Imagine your own body syncing with this gentle rhythm, every inhale and exhale carrying you further into deep relaxation. The moonlight shifts subtly as clouds drift across the sky, creating patches of shadow and silver over the meadow. The shepherd tilts his head to follow the movement, then closes his eyes, settling back into rest. The lambs nuzzle closer, and a soft, comfortable warmth radiates through the group. Picture yourself enveloped in this same warmth, feeling completely safe and protected, every muscle letting go of tension. The distant stream continues to murmur, smooth and constant, blending seamlessly with the faint night breeze. The shepherd dips a paw lightly into the water, watching tiny ripples travel outward and dissolve slowly. Imagine this gentle motion, each ripple extending across your mind and body, carrying away tension and leaving calm in its wake. The mist curls and twists slowly, each movement hypnotic and soft, weaving a protective cocoon around the shepherd and his flock. The lambs are completely still, fully relaxed, as the shepherd hums a final low note, blending perfectly with the natural symphony. Imagine being wrapped in a soft, protective cocoon, the gentle rhythm of the night carrying you into a deeper state of calm and stillness. The shepherd shifts slightly, tail curling fully around all the lambs, ensuring every small body is warm and secure. Each movement is slow and deliberate, comforting and grounding. Imagine yourself adjusting slightly in your own bed, finding the perfect position of ease, feeling supported and safe, your body heavy and relaxed. The night deepens, bringing an even softer hush to the meadow. The mist drifts lazily, the stream continues its gentle murmur, and the breeze moves softly through the grasses. The shepherd's body is still, the lambs nestled closely, all breathing in sync with the quiet rhythm. Picture yourself fully relaxed, completely supported, each inhale calm and each exhale carrying away tension, your mind and body sinking slowly toward rest. The distant stars peek faintly through the drifting clouds, tiny points of light in the vast sky above. The shepherd lifts his head for a brief moment, watching the stars twinkle, then lowers it again, fully settled. The lambs are completely motionless, trusting and safe in the warmth around them. Imagine looking up at the stars from your own safe place, each one drawing your mind gently outward, then letting it drift back inward into stillness and serenity. The soft silver moonlight continues to wash over the meadow, shimmering gently on leaves, grass, and water droplets. The shepherd hums once more, a final low, steady tone that blends into the whisper of night sounds. The lamb's breathing is slow, even, and untroubled. Imagine your own breath joining this rhythm, steady and deep, each inhale and exhale guiding you closer to complete rest. The gentle rustle of the night continues, the stream flows, and the mist drifts lazily. The shepherd is still, the lambs nestled close, and the world around them is entirely calm. Picture yourself fully enveloped in this calm, each part of your body supported, each thought fading into softness as you drift slowly and gently toward sleep. The moonlight softens further as clouds drift slowly across the night sky, painting the meadow in gentle shades of silver and gray. The shepherd shifts only slightly, ears flicking to acknowledge the distant hoot of an owl. The lambs adjust, tiny bodies curling closer together, feeling the safety that surrounds them. Imagine the quiet rhythm of the night entering your own awareness, each sound and movement a soft lullaby for your mind. A light drizzle begins again, each drop tapping gently on leaves, forming delicate patterns on the grass. The shepherd lifts a paw to shake one droplet free, careful and slow, as if every motion were a meditation. The lambs watch, eyes half closed, trusting completely in the calm and care around them. Visualize the rain on your skin, soft and rhythmic, each drop soothing you further into relaxation. The shepherd hums a gentle tune, low and steady, blending with the whispers of the wind through the tall grass. His tail curls more tightly around the flock, a protective, warm embrace. The lambs sigh softly, each breath steady and unhurried. Imagine your own body echoing this calm, every muscle unwinding and softening. As your mind drifts along the shepherd's peaceful rhythm, the mist thickens slightly, swirling gently around the meadow, wrapping every blade of grass, every flower, in a soft, cool veil. The shepherd lowers his head, eyes closed, listening to the harmony of night sounds around him. The lambs press closer, seeking warmth, comfort, and the gentle touch of safety. Picture yourself enveloped in this same soft mist, a protective cocoon that makes each exhale even slower and more relaxed. He walks toward a large oak at the hilltop, its branches spreading wide, leaves brushing softly against each other in the gentle breeze. The shepherd rests beneath the tree, paws crossed, eyes half closed, and tail curling around his body. The lambs settle around him in quiet clusters, some pressing close, others lying nearby. He hums a low, steady sound, almost imperceptible, blending with the faint rustle of leaves and the soft flow of wind across the hill. The listener is encouraged to imagine themselves in the shade of the tree, breathing in calm and letting each gentle sound and movement ease tension from their body. As afternoon drifts into early evening, a flock of birds passes overhead, wings beating softly against the sky. The shepherd lifts his head and watches them for a moment, ears flicking slightly with the sounds of distant calls. The lambs shift slightly, settling more comfortably against one another. The shepherd stretches, yawns, and resumes a slow walk through the grove, nudging a few lambs into softer patches of grass, brushing damp fur from their backs, and occasionally kneeling to adjust a leaf or twig. The soft interplay of movement, texture, and sound carries the listener gently deeper into a state of tranquility and calm anticipation of rest. A thin mist begins to settle over the meadow as evening approaches, creating a soft veil over the grass and trees. The shepherd moves deliberately, paws pressing gently into the damp earth, leading the lambs toward a low, gentle hill where the grass feels softer and the shelter of trees more complete. He pauses often, checking on each lamb, brushing wet fur, adjusting their positions for comfort. The sounds of the evening whispering wind, gentle rustle of leaves, soft sighs from the flock create a hypnotic, soothing atmosphere. The listener is invited to visualize the cool mist, the soft textures under paw, and the warm, calm presence of the shepherd guiding the flock, sinking deeper into the comfort of gentle attention. The shepherd pauses at the crest of the gentle hill, feeling the soft pressure of the earth beneath his paws. The lambs have begun to settle around him, curling in small, warm clusters, their breathing slow and steady. He lowers his head, brushing a few stray blades of grass from their soft coats. Each movement is deliberate, calm, and careful, inviting the listener to mirror the slow, soothing rhythm of care. The sound of soft fur brushing against fur, tiny hooves shifting in the grass, and the whisper of a gentle breeze creates a peaceful layering of sensory comfort. A small stream glints under the fading light nearby. The shepherd rises slowly, stepping toward the water with careful precision, each paw pressing into the cool, damp earth. The lambs follow, some with curious steps, others pausing to drink at the shallow edge. The shepherd cups water in his paw, letting it trickle slowly back into the stream, watching the ripples spread outward. He occasionally dips a gentle paw into the water to touch the lambs, encouraging them to drink without rushing. The soothing sound of flowing water, gentle splashes, and calm murmurs from the lambs creates a tranquil soundscape that invites the listener to imagine themselves sitting quietly by the stream. He notices a small hollow at the edge of the meadow, shaded by a few tall oaks, their leaves rustling softly. He kneels carefully and gathers a few fallen branches, arranging them into a small, protective circle for the lambs to rest near. The soft crackle of twigs and the faint scent of damp moss fill the air, creating a sense of quiet security. The lambs slowly make their way toward the hollow, nestling into the natural enclosure the shepherd has created. He adjusts a few leaves overhead, letting the soft light filter in just enough to create a warm glow. The gentle attentiveness of each movement encourages the listener to feel enveloped in calm and safety. The shepherd moves to a nearby tree and brushes damp fur from a small lamb, his paw gentle and deliberate. The lamb leans into the touch, eyes half closed, comforted by the steady presence. The shepherd hums softly, a low, warm sound that merges with the rustle of leaves and the distant call of a bird returning to its nest. The lambs settle more deeply into the soft moss, their bodies relaxing fully under the shepherd's calm, watchful presence. Each tiny sound, each subtle shift, is an invitation for the listener to sink further into a gentle, restful state. As evening deepens, the shepherd surveys the surrounding meadow. He notices a few fireflies beginning to glow, their tiny lights flickering softly through the mist. He moves slowly among the lambs, letting them follow the gentle glimmers as he pauses to admire the quiet magic of the moment. The soft illumination of the fireflies, combined with the faint rustle of the trees and the low rhythmic breathing of the flock, creates a soothing, hypnotic atmosphere. The listener can imagine each flickering light as a gentle pulse, guiding them deeper into a calm, drowsy awareness. The shepherd lowers himself again, tail curling round his body, paws resting lightly on the soft earth. The lambs press close, some resting heads on his shoulders, or nuzzling gently. He strokes each lamb in turn, following a slow, measured rhythm that seems to echo with the natural pulse of the earth. The distant hum of the stream, soft whispers of wind through the leaves, and the occasional gentle bleat of a lamb form a continuous, soothing symphony. The listener is encouraged to match their own breathing to the slow, deliberate rhythm of the shepherd's gestures, sinking further into tranquility. Night begins to settle over the meadow. The mist thickens slightly, softening the shapes of trees and hills, creating a gentle, enveloping cocoon. The shepherd guides a few restless lambs into more comfortable positions, patting them softly and letting them settle into warm clusters. The sound of gentle movement, soft fur brushing against moss, and the whisper of the wind become increasingly immersive, wrapping the listener in a cocoon of calm. Each subtle motion of the shepherd is an anchor, a reminder of the steady, soothing presence in the world around them. The stars begin to appear, pale points of light scattered across the darkening sky. The shepherd lifts his head, watching them glimmer faintly through the thinning canopy of trees. The lambs settle fully now, heads tucked into soft bundles of fur. The shepherd hums again, barely above a whisper, letting the sound carry softly through the quiet night. The listener is invited to imagine the cool night air, the soft glimmer of stars, and the gentle security of being held within this peaceful, watchful presence. The shepherd gently nudges a few lambs into a closer circle beneath the trees. Each movement is slow, deliberate, and comforting. The lambs respond naturally, curling together in small, warm clusters, their breathing deep and steady. The shepherd leans back slightly, tail wrapping around him, eyes half closed, listening to the gentle symphony of wind, leaves, distant birds, and soft lamb breaths. The listener is encouraged to imagine themselves amidst this calm, to feel the weight of relaxation settle across their body, and to let the gentle cadence of night guide them closer to sleep. A faint, distant owl hoots softly, adding a quiet punctuation to the rhythm of the night. The shepherd lifts a paw, brushing a tiny tuft of moss from a lamb's ear, then allows the soft sound of his movements to fade back into the night. The lambs shift slightly, but remain nestled close, comforted by the steady presence. The soft interplay of touch, sound, and movement provides a gentle, continuous lullaby for the listener, each layer guiding them deeper into calm. The shepherd sits quietly, paws resting lightly on the ground, tail wrapped around the lambs. The stars shimmer faintly through the canopy, fireflies flicker gently, and the stream murmurs softly in the distance. The scene is a perfect harmony of stillness, gentle motion, and comforting presence. The shepherd allows his own breathing to slow, a mirror to the slow, rhythmic breathing of the lambs. The listener is invited to match this pace, feeling tension, release, and calm deepen with each breath. The shepherd shifts slightly, adjusting his position to make the small circle of lambs more comfortable. His paws press gently into the soft moss, feeling the subtle texture beneath. A few lambs stir, nudging each other softly before settling again, their small breaths rising and falling in perfect rhythm. The shepherd leans back just a little, allowing his shoulders to relax and his spine to rest fully against the gentle incline of the hill. The listener is encouraged to imagine the cool softness of moss beneath their own body, the quiet of the meadow wrapping them in safety and warmth. A gentle breeze drifts through the trees, rustling leaves softly and carrying the faint scent of damp earth and wildflowers. The shepherd closes his eyes briefly, letting the sound wash over him. The lambs shift slightly, ears flicking at the gentle gust, but they remain nestled in their comfortable positions. The shepherd hums again, a low, steady vibration that blends with the natural sounds of the night. The listener can imagine each note as a warm, calming wave that flows from the shepherd to every lamb, and then to them, soothing the mind and body into deeper relaxation. The stream nearby continues its quiet murmur, water slipping over smooth stones in a soft, continuous rhythm. The shepherd reaches a paw toward the edge, letting the water trickle over his fur, then shakes it gently, droplets scattering and catching the faint light. A lamb moves closer to investigate, sniffing the water, and the shepherd gently nudges it to drink. The gentle tapping of hooves in the stream, soft splashes, and the whispered motion of water create a hypnotic rhythm, guiding the listener to feel a sense of effortless calm and peace. Above, the sky deepens into a velvety indigo. Tiny stars appear, twinkling faintly through the thinning canopy of trees. The shepherd lifts his head for a moment, gazing upward, and the lambs shift their heads to follow his line of sight. A firefly lands lightly on a leaf, its small glow pulsing softly, and the shepherd smiles, a slow, gentle curve of his lips that radiates warmth and comfort. The listener is encouraged to imagine the soft glow of the firefly, the distant shimmer of stars, and the serene presence of the shepherd, holding space for quiet, gentle reflection. The shepherd rises slowly, stretching his limbs carefully, letting each movement be deliberate and unhurried. He walks a few paces among the lambs, checking each one, nudging a small tuft of fur into place, brushing damp moss from their backs. The lambs respond naturally, shifting slightly but remaining nestled together. The shepherd pauses, letting the rhythm of the night, the soft breeze, the distant stream, the gentle rustle of leaves fill the space around him. The listener is invited to synchronize their own breathing with this steady, deliberate rhythm, allowing every exhale to carry away tension and every inhale to bring calm and serenity. As night deepens, a distant call of an owl echoes through the valley, soft and unobtrusive. The shepherd lifts a paw, adjusting a lamb who had shifted, and settles again, tail curling gently around the circle. The soft, careful gestures provide a continuous thread of comfort, each movement intentional, measured, and reassuring. The lambs sigh softly, nestling closer, and the shepherd hums once more, letting the sound fade gently into the surrounding night. The listener can imagine themselves enveloped in this cocoon of warmth, safety, and calm, letting each detail, the soft fur, the gentle breeze, the distant sounds, carry them further into relaxation. The shepherd walks slowly toward a low hillock, feeling the soft earth press underpaw, checking the ground for any small twigs or stones that might disturb the lambs. Each lamb follows at a calm, leisurely pace, pausing to nibble grass or sniff gently at the soft moss. The shepherd kneels to adjust a small branch, brushing damp leaves from a lamb's fur, and then allows himself to lean back, resting lightly against the incline. The listener is invited to focus on the textures of the earth, the gentle rhythm of the lamb's movements, and the steady, comforting presence of the shepherd, letting the mind soften and relax. A soft drizzle begins, light enough to create tiny ripples on the stream and glisten faintly on leaves. The shepherd lifts his head, ears twitching, and shakes the droplets from his fur with a slow, graceful motion. The lambs huddle closer under the light shelter of the trees, and the shepherd gently nudges a few into warmer patches, their soft sighs blending with the whisper of rain. The gentle patter of droplets, the muted rustle of leaves, and the warm, steady presence of the shepherd form a lullaby of natural sound, inviting the listener to sink even deeper into comfort and rest. The shepherd guides the lambs to a soft patch beneath a tall oak, its branches wide and protective. He kneels and adjusts each lamb so that they are nestled comfortably, their bodies close together and their breathing steady. The drizzle forms tiny beads on the leaves above, some dripping slowly to the ground. The shepherd hums softly, allowing the sound to resonate with the natural rhythm of the night. The listener can imagine each droplet, each breath, and each gentle gesture as a thread weaving calmness into their own mind, encouraging sleep to come gradually and peacefully. Above, the sky darkens further, stars now scattered widely, twinkling faintly through the canopy. The shepherd leans back, tail curled around the lambs, eyes half closed, and chest rising and falling slowly. The lambs settle completely, their heads resting lightly against one another, their small bodies breathing in time with the shepherd. The faint rustle of leaves, the soft gurgle of the stream, and the occasional distant hoot of an owl create a gentle, layered soundscape that encourages the listener to feel embraced by the quiet serenity of this moment. The shepherd reaches toward a small patch of moss, brushing tiny droplets from the fur of a lamb that had shifted. The lamb sighs, nestling deeper into the circle, and the shepherd allows himself to rest once more, hum soft and low, blending seamlessly with the ambient sounds of night. The gentle motion of his paw, the quiet sighs, and the rhythmic hum guide the listener to imagine the sensations of calm, soft textures, underhand, gentle warmth surrounding, and the steady pulse of life moving slowly and softly through the night. The breeze whispers through the trees, carrying with it the faint scent of earth, moss, and distant wildflowers. The shepherd leans lightly against the base of the oak, feeling the bark's rough texture beneath his paw, and watches the lambs breathe slowly and evenly. Each subtle shift, each soft nudge, each gentle hum reinforces a rhythm of calm and rest. The listener can imagine themselves beneath the oak, nestled among soft moss and warm bodies, letting the gentle symphony of sound, movement, and touch lull them further into serenity. The shepherd shifts slightly, letting his back sink a little more into the curve of the oak's roots. His tail curls around one of the lambs, a soft, protective loop that warms the small body against the cool night air. The lambs murmur softly in response, tiny sighs and shifts that harmonize with the faint rustle of leaves above. The listener can imagine themselves wrapped in this gentle warmth, feeling the quiet pulse of safety and peace as their own body sinks deeper into calm. A single cloud drifts slowly across the night sky, temporarily dimming the stars. The shepherd lifts his head just enough to watch it pass, ears twitching in tune with the subtle changes in the breeze. His paws rest lightly on the moss, fingers brushing the tender shoots of grass. One lamb lifts its head, blinking slowly, and the shepherd nudges it back gently, reminding it without words that it is safe to rest. The listener is encouraged to feel each subtle motion, each tender nudge, as a soft, rhythmic reassurance that all is well. The drizzle softens into a whisper of mist, fine droplets settling on fur and moss alike. The shepherd moves with quiet precision, leaning over a small puddle and scooping up water in his paw to let a thirsty lamb sip gently. The lamb leans into him, nuzzling softly, and the shepherd hums a faint, steady note, almost blending with the quiet flow of water over stones. The listener can picture the sensation of water trickling lightly, of the steady hum resonating through the body, creating a gentle, hypnotic rhythm that lulls mind and body toward rest. The shepherd stands, stretching slowly, each movement deliberate and unhurried. The lambs adjust slightly, curling closer together, and the shepherd steps softly through the damp grass to check the small perimeter of their resting space. He brushes a few stray leaves from their fur, his movements fluid and comforting. The listener can imagine themselves moving with the shepherd through the quiet night. Each step a gentle, measured pulse of calm, grounding them in the serenity of the meadow. Above, the stars begin to shift, faint constellations appearing as the mist thins. A soft breeze brushes against the shepherd's fur, carrying with it the earthy scent of damp soil and the subtle sweetness of wildflowers. The lambs murmur softly, tails flicking in tiny, relaxed motions. The shepherd kneels for a moment, letting his nose rest near the small bodies, feeling the gentle warmth and steady breathing beneath his paw. The listener is invited to sense this warmth and rhythm, letting it travel through their own body, releasing tension and creating a sense of quiet contentment. The shepherd rises again, walking slowly to the edge of the clearing where the grass meets the forest. He listens to the faint sounds of the night branches swaying, leaves whispering, and a distant stream glimmering under the soft moonlight. A lamb follows his movement, stepping lightly through the dew-covered grass, ears perked but relaxed. The shepherd hums softly as he walks, the tone low and steady, guiding the listener's thoughts into a peaceful, drowsy rhythm. A faint hoot of an owl echoes, distant and calm, and the shepherd pauses to tilt his head, listening. The lambs shift slightly, following his example, before settling again. The shepherd kneels and brushes a small patch of moss from one lamb's fur, then leans back against a gentle rise in the ground. The hum of his voice blends with the night, and the listener is encouraged to imagine the quiet symmetry of the meadow, the steady breathing, the gentle movement, the soft presence of life, all around, wrapping them in a cocoon of serenity. The drizzle returns lightly, delicate beads tapping softly against the moss and leaves. The shepherd moves with fluid grace, leaning over a lamb to nudge it closer into the circle, ensuring each one is warm and secure. The lambs murmur softly, curling even more tightly together, and the shepherd settles once more, tail wrapping gently around the smallest one. The gentle sound of rain, the tender touch of fur, and the soft hum create a symphony of calm, allowing the listener to imagine their own body relaxing deeply into each soothing sensation. Above, a thin wisp of cloud drifts past the silver moon, casting faint shadows across the meadow. The shepherd closes his eyes briefly, feeling the rhythm of the night, the gentle sway of branches, the quiet murmur of the stream, the soft, even breathing of his flock. He stretches his paws lazily, letting the night air brush against his fur. The listener is invited to match the rhythm of their own breathing to this calm, flowing pattern, feeling each exhale carry away tension, and each inhale fills them with warmth and peace. The shepherd moves to a fallen log near the edge of the clearing, brushing a few leaves from a lamb that had nestled too close. The lamb sighs softly, curling its body against the log, and the shepherd hums quietly, allowing the tone to drift through the open meadow. A small firefly flits past, its soft glow reflecting faintly in the eyes of the lambs. The listener can imagine the gentle light, the soft movements, and the steady hum of the shepherd as a gentle current carrying them closer to sleep. The night deepens further, and the shepherd lies down fully, tail and paws arranging the lambs into a cozy circle. He hums one last, slow note, allowing it to fade naturally into the stillness around them. The drizzle continues, soft and rhythmic, and the leaves whisper in response, creating a soundscape that is gentle, fluid, and hypnotic. The listener is invited to sink fully into this layered calm, imagining the textures of moss, the warmth of the lambs, the gentle hum, and the soft embrace of the night around them. The shepherd rests his head lightly on his paws, tail draped softly around the smallest lamb, and closes his eyes. The lambs murmur quietly, a soft chorus of contentment and relaxation, and the breeze carries the faint scent of damp grass and flowers through the clearing. The stream glimmers faintly under the moonlight, moving slowly, gently, endlessly. The listener is guided to imagine this peaceful environment, each detail wrapping around them, letting their body feel weightless and at ease. The shepherd's breathing deepens, slow and rhythmic, perfectly matched by the lamb's gentle breathing. Each sound, the whisper of leaves, the hum of the shepherd, the soft murmur of the lambs, creates a lullaby that flows naturally and continuously. The listener can feel their own breaths sinking with this gentle rhythm, their body sinking further into comfort and tranquility. The night deepens around the shepherd and his flock, and the mist drifts softly across the meadow, curling around each blade of grass and every gentle rise in the earth. The shepherd stirs slightly, stretching one paw out over a lamb to keep it close, feeling the warmth of its small body against his fur. The soft weight of the lamb reassures him, and in return, his calm presence soothes the lambs further. The listener is invited to imagine this intimacy, the simple connection between life forms in the quiet night, and let that thought bring a gentle warmth to their own body. A gentle wind brushes through the meadow, carrying the scent of earth, damp moss, and the faint sweetness of late-blooming flowers. The shepherd lifts his nose, inhaling the faint fragrance, and then exhales slowly, releasing any tension. The lambs shift softly in response to the wind, their small bodies nestled against the shepherd's tail and paws. The listener can picture this subtle motion, the gentle sigh of the wind, and feel a mirrored sense of relaxation spreading through their own shoulders, arms, and legs. The shepherd sits up slowly, brushing a few droplets of mist from his fur with a deliberate, soft motion. His emerald eyes scan the meadow, noting the gentle sway of the wild grass, the faint shimmer of the distant stream, and the occasional twinkle of a firefly moving in the silvered air. He hums softly, a sound so gentle it blends into the natural whispers of the night. The listener can imagine the hum wrapping around them like a warm blanket, steady and calming, guiding them deeper into relaxation. One lamb, restless for just a moment, shifts closer to the shepherd's chest. He leans down, nuzzling the lamb gently with his muzzle, a reassuring, deliberate motion that conveys safety and tenderness without words. The lamb settles, its breathing slowing again, and the shepherd hums a low note, letting the sound linger in the cool air. The listener is encouraged to picture this tender interaction, letting each soft motion and gentle sound sink into their mind, encouraging a similar ease within themselves. The drizzle thickens slightly, tapping on the grass and on the shepherd's fur, creating a soft, irregular rhythm that blends perfectly with the hum of the night. The shepherd rises and walks slowly through the meadow, tail brushing lightly against the lambs, who follow obediently, their small hooves making barely a sound on the soft earth. The listener can imagine walking with him, feeling each soft, deliberate step echoing calm through their own body, each movement steady and unhurried. The shepherd pauses near the edge of a gentle slope, where the stream widens and the mist swirls faintly over the water. He dips a paw lightly into the stream, letting the water touch his fur, and watches as a lamb drinks from the shallow edge. The sound of flowing water blends with the drizzle, and the soft murmurs of the lambs create a layered, soothing soundscape. The listener can visualize the shimmer of water, feel its imagined coolness, and let the natural rhythm of movement and sound relax them further. He leans back against a small rise in the meadow, letting the lambs cluster around him in a circle of warmth. The mist drifts past slowly, curling around each creature like a gentle sigh, softening the edges of the night. The shepherd hums a long, steady note, letting it blend into the soft sounds of leaves brushing together, water trickling, and the occasional distant call of a night bird. The listener is guided to imagine this chorus of subtle night sounds as a gentle current carrying them deeper into calm, each breath syncing with the slow rhythm of life around the shepherd. The lambs stir slightly, repositioning themselves against his side, and the shepherd nudges them softly, reminding each one to settle. His emerald eyes close briefly, and his breathing becomes steady and even, matching the lamb's soft inhalations and exhalations. The listener can feel their own chest rising and falling in time with this imagined rhythm, letting the steady flow of air and sound lull them further toward restful sleep. The shepherd's tail brushes slowly over a small patch of moss, the soft friction creating a whispering sound as the lambs murmur in response. Tiny droplets of mist settle on the fur of each animal, catching faint reflections of the moonlight and adding to the shimmer of the night. The shepherd adjusts his position, circling his tail around the lambs to create a safe, enclosed space. The listener is invited to picture this protective gesture, feeling wrapped in a similar cocoon of warmth and calm, letting tension drift away with each imagined movement. A gentle owl hoots far in the distance, its soft note echoing over the meadow. The shepherd lifts his head slightly, ears twitching, and then settles back down, tail curling once more around the smallest lamb. The sound of the owl, combined with the soft drizzle and the murmur of the lambs, creates a lullaby, so subtle and natural it feels like it was always meant to be heard at night. The listener can imagine the layers of sound folding over them, softening thoughts and quieting the mind, creating a space for deep relaxation. The shepherd shifts slowly, nudging one lamb closer with a paw, and then lies down fully, tail wrapped securely around all of the small bodies. The mist moves gently around them, brushing softly against fur and moss, creating a sensation of gentle, flowing motion. The drizzle continues its rhythmic tap, and the faint gurgle of the stream adds another layer to the calming symphony. The listener can feel each imagined sensation, soft touch, rhythmic sound, gentle motion guiding their mind and body toward serenity. A faint light glimmers from the fireflies hovering near the shepherd and the lambs, flickering softly in the misty night. The shepherd hums once more, a low, even tone that lingers and merges with the sounds of nature. Each lamb breathes evenly, tails curling and twitching slightly in contentment. The listener is invited to imagine this gentle glow and steady sound, letting the light and hum become part of their own inner sense of peace, a bridge to sleep. The shepherd closes his eyes completely now, ears twitching occasionally as he hears distant rustling leaves. The lambs nestle closer, their small murmurs quieting into soft, steady rhythms. The gentle movements of the shepherd, the whisper of the night air, and the soft patter of drizzle create a world entirely devoted to calm and rest. The listener is encouraged to let the imagined motions of fur, the quiet breath of animals, and the natural sounds of the meadow soothe them further into deep relaxation. The shepherd's breath drifts slowly into the cool night air, curling faintly like smoke above his fur. Each exhale is gentle, steady, and unhurried, and the lambs mirror this rhythm, settling even deeper into the softness of the moss and grass. The drizzle continues its quiet tap, a natural metronome that lulls the listener's mind toward stillness. Imagine the cool mist brushing over your skin, the faint scent of wet earth, and the sensation of sinking deeper into comfort with every breath. Above, the moon peeks briefly through the mist, casting a soft, silver light over the meadow. The shepherd tilts his head upward, eyes reflecting the gentle glow, and closes them again, letting the silver light wash over his fur. The lambs shift ever so slightly, their small bodies pressing closer to him, as if to share the warmth of that silver touch. The listener can picture this scene in soft focus, the shimmer of moonlight gliding over every blade of grass and every twitching ear, inviting an even deeper sense of calm. The shepherd moves his paw slowly through the grass, brushing away duladen leaves and moss. The soft friction of fur against the earth creates a whispering sound, almost imperceptible yet grounding. The lambs murmur softly in response, curling tighter as if to absorb the tranquility. Imagine your own hands gliding over something soft, like moss or velvet, and allow each motion to release tension from your shoulders, arms, and back. A distant stream flows with quiet insistence, the gentle rush of water harmonizing with the drizzle and the soft breathing of the animals. The shepherd lifts a paw and dips it into the stream briefly, letting the cool water run over his fur. Tiny ripples spread outward, catching the moonlight and reflecting small, dancing silver patterns. The listener is invited to picture this sensation, imagining the ripple of water and light gently flowing through their own body, carrying away any lingering thoughts of stress or restlessness. He shifts slowly, adjusting one lamb beneath his chest, and then nudges another closer with a careful tilt of his head. Each movement is deliberate, precise, yet soft, almost like a lullaby made visible in motion. The lambs respond instinctively, their bodies relaxing into the shepherd's careful guidance. Picture these slow, tender motions in your mind, letting them mirror the rhythm of your own body, settling into a state of rest. The drizzle begins to soften, blending with the whisper of the wind through tall grass and wildflowers. The shepherd leans back slightly, tail curling fully around the cluster of lambs, creating a small, safe haven in the midst of the expansive meadow. The mist drifts past slowly, wrapping around the animals like a gentle blanket. The listener can imagine this cocoon of warmth and protection, feeling the sensation of being enveloped in softness and care. An owl calls in the distance, its hoot low and soothing, and the shepherd's ears twitch in response. He does not rise or startle. Instead, he lets the sound settle over the meadow, harmonizing with the drizzle, the stream, and the hum of the lambs. The listener is invited to focus on this layering of subtle sounds, letting them act as a gentle rhythm that eases the mind and lulls the body toward sleep. The shepherd shifts again, leaning one paw against the earth and curling his head against a small lamb. The lamb sighs softly, its breath warm and comforting, and the shepherd hums quietly, a tone low enough to resonate in the night air. Each vibration seems to mingle with the drizzle, the wind, and the occasional rustle of leaves, creating a lullaby woven entirely from natural sounds. The listener can picture this as a slow, rhythmic pulse, syncing with their own heartbeat and easing them further into tranquility. Tiny fireflies flicker near the shepherd and lambs, their light soft and irregular, creating a gentle visual rhythm. The shepherd shifts slightly to follow their movement with his eyes, not to chase them, but to appreciate their quiet presence. The lambs shift in response, curiosity mingling with their contentment, before settling once more into the safety of his tail and paws. The listener is encouraged to imagine the soft flicker of light, each pulse easing their thoughts and helping them drift gently toward sleep. A faint breeze brushes across the meadow, carrying the scent of damp earth, moss, and faint wildflowers. The shepherd lifts his nose, inhaling, and then slowly exhaling, letting the wind cool his fur. The lambs shift ever so slightly, feeling the same soothing rhythm in the air. Picture yourself inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly with the breeze, letting the cool, fragrant air carry away tension and invite relaxation. The shepherd closes his eyes fully now, ears relaxed, breathing steady and even. One lamb nestles its head under his chin, another under his tail, and the smallest curls against his paw. The mist drifts around them all, moving in slow, lazy curls, like smoke from a faint hearth fire. Imagine this cocoon of stillness surrounding you, the gentle layering of mist, soft fur, and steady breathing, creating a protective embrace. He hums once more, a soft, continuous note, blending with the gentle patter of drizzle and the rustle of leaves in the meadow. The lambs respond, breathing in unison with him, and the stream's quiet murmur adds a final layer to the night's lullaby. Let your mind float on this mixture of sound, warmth, and gentle motion, each element guiding you into deeper rest. The shepherd shifts slightly, curling his tail fully around the lambs to ensure each one is secure and warm. The mist drifts higher, lightening as it moves across the meadow, creating a soft veil of silver over all. The listener can visualize this soft curtain, a gentle separation from the day's thoughts, a slow drift toward calm and sleep. As the moon rises higher, the drizzle begins to taper, leaving only the faintest whisper of water on leaves. The shepherd's hum fades into the background, but the natural rhythm of the night, the stream, the wind, the gentle rustle of grass continues to guide the lambs and the listener toward rest. Picture the shepherd and his flock completely settled, a tableau of calm, and imagine yourself resting in that same gentle serenity. The meadow stretches in quiet darkness, each blade of grass glistening faintly under the moon's gentle glow. The shepherd shifts ever so slightly, adjusting a lamb beneath his paw, ensuring warmth and comfort. Every tiny movement is slow, deliberate, almost ritualistic, as if time itself has slowed to honor the tranquility of the night. Imagine this rhythm in your own body, each breath syncing with the gentle sway of the meadow around you, each heartbeat soft and steady. A subtle rustle echoes from the distant trees as the night breeze brushes through the leaves. The shepherd lifts a paw, ears twitching, sensing the movement, but not startled, only acknowledging it with quiet awareness. The lambs respond instinctively, snuggling closer, feeling the shared calm of their guardian. Picture yourself wrapped in the same awareness, noticing sounds and sensations without tension, letting them settle you into peace. Raindrops linger on the leaves and grass, clinging like tiny crystals that sparkle in the soft silver light. The shepherd dips a paw lightly into a shallow puddle, watching the rings ripple outward, carrying reflections of the moon. Each ripple seems to pulse slowly, as if marking the rhythm of your own exhale. Visualize these ripples moving across the water and through you, carrying any lingering stress away into the quiet night. The smallest lamb shifts, nudging its nose against the shepherd's chest. He hums a soft, low tone in response, a sound almost like the wind itself, blending seamlessly with the distant stream and the faint patter of leftover drizzle. The listener is encouraged to imagine the vibrations from that hum traveling through the air, filling the space around them with warmth and calm. Mist drifts across the meadow, curling and swirling lazily around the shepherd and his flock. Each swirl is slow and hypnotic, inviting the mind to follow the movement and settle into a quiet rhythm. Visualize this soft, moving veil of mist wrapping around your shoulders and chest, easing tension and creating a feeling of gentle security. The shepherd tilts his head slightly, watching the fireflies blink softly against the dark foliage. Their lights flicker irregularly, tiny sparks of wonder in the stillness of the night. The lambs respond, their ears twitching in curiosity before settling once more. Picture these little lights dancing gently in your mind, guiding thoughts into a soft, drifting pattern, perfect for letting go of the day. A faint fragrance rises from the damp earth and the meadow flowers, sweet and earthy. The shepherd inhales deeply, eyes closing as he takes in the scent, and exhales slowly, sending a gentle shiver through his fur. Each lamb mirrors the calm, their small bodies rising and falling with each breath. Imagine breathing in this scent yourself, letting it fill your lungs and calm your mind, every exhale releasing worry and tension. The stream nearby murmurs quietly, moving steadily over smooth stones. The shepherd dips a paw again, watching as the water flows over his fur and back into the stream. Tiny droplets cling briefly before falling back into the gentle current. Visualize yourself dipping your hands into cool water, feeling its soft weight and letting its steady flow soothe you, washing away any remaining restlessness. The moonlight grows softer as clouds drift across the sky, creating patches of shadow and silver over the pasture. The shepherd shifts slightly, tail curling further around the flock, ensuring every lamb is fully enveloped in warmth and comfort. Each movement is unhurried, deliberate, and tender. Picture yourself enveloped in the same cocoon of warmth, safe, calm, and at ease, every muscle relaxing. A distant owl hoots again, its soft call echoing across the meadow. The shepherd does not stir, ears flicking only to acknowledge the sound before returning to rest. The lambs remain motionless, breathing in unison, synchronized to the rhythm of the night. Imagine this rhythm filling your own body, your breath matching the pulse of the meadow, each inhale calm and steady, each exhale slower, releasing tension. The shepherd tilts his head toward the meadow's edge, noticing the gentle sway of tall grasses in the breeze. He hums softly, low and steady, as if adding a voice to the natural symphony of the night. The lambs respond subtly, shifting their weight slightly, then returning to the stillness that surrounds them. Picture yourself in that quiet meadow, your body swaying gently with the rhythm of nature, every sensation amplifying the calm within you. The drizzle has completely stopped now, leaving only a soft mist that clings to every surface, shimmering faintly in the moonlight. The shepherd leans his head back slightly, eyes closed, tail wrapped fully around his flock. The lambs rest against him, breaths slow and steady, their warmth seeping through the soft fur. Imagine this shared warmth, a cocoon of comfort surrounding you, inviting a deep, slow relaxation that begins to carry your body toward sleep. The soft sound of distant footsteps, none to disturb, only the memory of human life returning to the empty fields blends into the night, adding a layer of gentle perspective. The shepherd shifts, allowing a tiny lamb to adjust beneath his paw, moving with care, never rushing. The listener can imagine their own body adjusting in bed, small, gentle movements aligning perfectly with the natural rhythm of the body, encouraging surrender to rest. Above, the moon glimmers behind a veil of clouds, casting gentle silver shadows over the meadow. The shepherd's eyes open briefly, catching the glimmer, then close again, sinking deeper into calm. The lambs stir slightly, then settle fully, their breathing now slow and almost imperceptible. Visualize your own eyelids growing heavy, your mind allowing the silver light to calm thoughts, fading them slowly into the background. The stream's gentle murmur continues uninterrupted. The breeze whispers softly across leaves and grass, and the shepherd hums a final low note that blends seamlessly with the ambient sounds of night. The lambs are completely still now, their bodies entirely relaxed. Picture your own body mirroring this stillness, each muscle soft, each breath gentle, letting every sound guide you into deeper relaxation. The night air is soft against the shepherd's fur, cool but not harsh, carrying the scent of damp earth and wildflowers. Each breath he takes is steady and unhurried, a gentle rhythm that flows into the quiet of the pasture. The lambs, nestled close beneath him, rise and fall with the same steady rhythm, their warmth blending with the cool night air. Imagine your own chest rising and falling in time with this rhythm, letting the gentle motion ease tension from your body. A faint glow from the moon reflects off the surface of the stream, creating tiny, shimmering patterns that drift slowly downstream. The shepherd leans one paw into the water again, feeling the cool touch, and watches the ripples extend outward, carrying reflections of the sky and moonlight. Each ripple seems to expand in slow motion, a visual meditation that invites the mind to drift and let go. Picture the water flowing past your own hands, as if washing away lingering thoughts and worries, leaving calm in its place. The drizzle has fully ceased, leaving droplets clinging softly to grass blades and the edges of leaves. The shepherd carefully lifts a paw and brushes a few away, the motion smooth and unhurried. The lambs stir slightly in response, sensing the tender care before settling back into stillness. Imagine yourself noticing small details in your surroundings, soft textures and gentle movements, each one grounding you further into relaxation. The night breeze carries the distant sound of leaves rustling and the faint murmur of insects hidden among the grass. The shepherd lifts his head slightly, ears flicking as he listens, then returns to resting position, tail curling around his flock. The lambs breathe slowly, one nestled beneath his chin, another against his chest, the smallest tucked against his paw. Picture yourself enveloped in this same sense of calm, your own body cocooned in warmth and comfort. A lone firefly hovers near the shepherd's ear, its light blinking softly. He lifts a paw gently to acknowledge it, then lets it drift away, continuing its quiet flight through the meadow. The lambs respond with subtle twitches of their ears, sensing the calm energy of the moment. Visualize yourself noticing a soft, flickering light, a gentle point of focus that draws your mind into serenity, allowing each thought to slow and fade. The shepherd shifts slowly, adjusting a lamb beneath his tail and nudging another closer with a careful tilt of his head. Every movement is deliberate, a rhythm of care and attention that carries the flock into a deeper calm. The listener can picture their own body moving with similar gentle intention, adjusting, stretching slightly, and settling fully into comfort. The mist drifts low over the meadow, curling around the shepherd and lambs in slow, soft motions. It glimmers faintly in the moonlight, each swirl creating a hypnotic visual pattern. Imagine the mist enveloping you, wrapping you in softness and calm, each wisp encouraging your mind to drift further into stillness and peace. The stream nearby continues its quiet journey over stones and moss, the water sparkling softly with reflected moonlight. The shepherd dips his paw lightly again, feeling the gentle push of the current, then lifts it slowly, letting droplets scatter back into the stream. Picture yourself watching the water move slowly, your own thoughts following its gentle path and letting go of tension as easily as the droplets fall back into the stream. The owl calls again, a long, low note that resonates through the night. The shepherd lifts his head briefly, acknowledging the sound, then returns his attention to the lambs. They respond to his calm presence, ears twitching slightly, and settle fully into relaxation once more. Imagine yourself listening to a soft sound, allowing it to guide you deeper into calm, each note carrying you closer to rest. The meadow seems to breathe as the wind moves softly through the tall grasses and wildflowers. The shepherd tilts his head gently, letting his fur ripple slightly with the breeze, then curls further around the lambs to provide warmth and protection. Picture yourself lying in a gentle meadow of your own, feeling the wind move across your skin and the soft earth beneath you, bringing a sense of serenity that deepens with every breath. A faint scent of damp moss and flowers drifts through the night air. The shepherd inhales slowly, filling his lungs with the aroma, and exhales in a long, deliberate motion. The lambs mirror the movement subtly, their chests rising and falling in harmony with him. Imagine inhaling deeply and exhaling slowly, letting each breath carry relaxation through your body, releasing tension and encouraging a sense of calm. The moonlight moves slowly across the meadow as clouds drift past, softening and reshaping the illumination of the night. The shepherd adjusts slightly, leaning back and letting his weight settle comfortably against the soft ground. The lambs nestle even closer, and the listener can imagine this shared sense of calm. Every tiny movement reinforcing the deep relaxation settling through their own body. The stream's murmur continues, a gentle, repetitive sound that blends with the soft rustling of leaves and the distant hoot of the owl. The shepherd hums quietly, a sound low and steady, almost imperceptible, yet harmonizing perfectly with the natural rhythm of the night. Picture yourself hearing this soft, continuous sound in your mind, letting it act as a gentle anchor, guiding your thoughts into stillness. The lambs are now fully at rest, their breathing slow and even, and the shepherd's body mirrors the calm. He lies completely still, tail fully curled, creating a safe circle of warmth and comfort. The mist drifts lazily, each curl adding to the cocoon-like sense of the scene. Imagine yourself fully supported, surrounded by softness and warmth, every muscle and thought gently releasing tension. The night deepens, and the meadow seems to hum with the quiet life that remains. The shepherd and lambs are completely still, cocooned in warmth, the natural sounds of water, wind, and distant life, providing a gentle, hypnotic rhythm. Picture yourself sinking further into comfort, your body completely supported, your mind calm, as the gentle rhythm carries you closer to sleep. The soft silver glow of the moon touches every surface of the meadow, reflecting gently on droplets left behind by the drizzle. The shepherd shifts just slightly, his head lifting to follow the soft sway of a branch overhead. A few leaves detach, drifting slowly downward, spinning lazily in the quiet air before settling onto the grass. Imagine yourself following each falling leaf with your eyes, letting your thoughts slow and drift like the leaves themselves. The lambs nestle deeper into the shepherd's warmth, their small bodies breathing in harmony with his gentle movements. A faint rustle of grass nearby adds another layer to the soft symphony of the night. Picture this gentle interplay of movement and sound wrapping around you, inviting your body to settle further and sink more comfortably into rest. The distant trees sway slowly, their branches brushing softly against one another in the breeze. The shepherd's ears flick at the sound, acknowledging the subtle movement without disturbance. The lambs twitch their ears lightly, feeling the quiet rhythm of life surrounding them. Imagine feeling your own senses, attuning to the gentle motion around you, noticing every sound without judgment, allowing it to carry you further into calm. The stream glimmers faintly under the moonlight, moving with a steady, tranquil pace over smooth stones. The shepherd leans a paw into the water, watching the surface ripple outward, sending tiny reflections across the meadow. Each ripple feels slow and hypnotic, guiding the mind into a smooth, flowing state. Picture these ripples washing over your own thoughts, carrying them gently away, leaving only stillness behind. The mist drifts softly across the field, curling over the shepherd and his flock, delicate and slow. Each tendril of mist wraps around them as if shielding them in a protective, quiet embrace. Imagine this same mist enveloping your own body, a soft cocoon of comfort, releasing tension from your muscles and calming every thought in your mind. A faint hoot of an owl echoes again, soft and distant, blending seamlessly with the rustling leaves and murmuring stream. The shepherd's head tilts slightly toward the sound, a slow, deliberate motion before returning to rest. The lambs respond subtly, adjusting their position only slightly, completely at ease. Visualize yourself listening to this gentle sound, letting it guide your attention inward, toward a deeper sense of rest and serenity. A distant brook gurgles quietly, its water sparkling in the moonlight as it winds between stones. The shepherd extends a paw, fingertips brushing the smooth surface, sending tiny ripples across the reflective water. The lambs watch, ears twitching slightly, content and unbothered. Imagine the gentle ripples traveling across your own awareness, each movement carrying away tension, leaving only calm. The faint scent of wet earth and blooming wildflowers fills the meadow, carried on the whisper of a breeze. The shepherd inhales slowly, chest rising and falling in perfect rhythm, inviting the lambs to do the same. They follow instinctively, breathing in sync, body and mind settling completely. Imagine this soft, floral scent surrounding you, each inhalation filling your lungs with peace and relaxation. The shepherd glances upward, noticing a faint shimmer of stars behind the drifting clouds. He blinks slowly, eyes half-lidded, allowing the stillness to fill his entire being. The lambs respond with gentle nudges, small signs of contentment, before settling fully against him. Picture yourself gazing softly at the stars above your own safe space, letting the vast quietude of night spread gently through your mind. The drizzle lightens, leaving a glistening sheen on every surface, turning leaves and grass into tiny mirrors, reflecting the silver moonlight. The shepherd shifts, adjusting his position slightly, tail still wrapped around his flock, ensuring warmth and comfort. The lambs sigh softly in response, bodies melting into the soft touch of the earth beneath them. Imagine the same sensation on your own body, every curve of your form supported perfectly, each breath slower and deeper. The night deepens further, carrying the soft hum of insects in the distance, a gentle cadence that blends with the sound of rustling leaves. The shepherd leans forward just a touch, allowing a lamb to rest its head gently on his forepaw. The other lambs press closer in turn, creating a quiet, living circle of warmth and protection. Visualize yourself in this circle, surrounded by gentle warmth and quiet reassurance, every worry softening and dissolving. The moon peeks through a break in the clouds, casting a silver pathway across the meadow. The shepherd raises his head slightly to admire it, then lowers it again with complete calm. The tiny lambs nestled securely. Imagine the moonlight brushing softly across your own face, a gentle reminder that the world is still safe and calm. A single leaf falls from a distant tree, spinning slowly to the ground, brushing against the surface of the stream before settling on the bank. The shepherd watches it descend, then resumes his gentle hum, tail wrapped tightly, eyes soft and unfocused. Picture the leaf drifting slowly in your mind, each rotation carrying away tension, leaving your thoughts calm and weightless. The mist drifts and curls with each breath of wind, softening every edge of the meadow, every outline of stone and flower. The shepherd closes his eyes completely, allowing his awareness to flow with the rhythm of night sounds. The lambs breathe in perfect harmony, each inhalation and exhalation a gentle lullaby for the entire meadow. Imagine your own breath falling into the same slow rhythm, inhaling calm and exhaling all remaining tension. The night air carries a faint chill, but the warmth of the shepherd and his flock protects them fully. The shepherd shifts just enough to create the perfect comfort for each lamb. Small movements executed slowly, deliberately, and without hurry. Visualize yourself adjusting slightly in bed, finding the exact position where warmth and comfort fill every part of your body, letting it all settle without effort. The stream continues to murmur softly. The rustle of grass rises and falls like gentle waves, and the mist curls around the meadow in slow, hypnotic motion. The shepherd hums once more, a low and steady note that seems to blend seamlessly with all surrounding sounds. The lambs are motionless, completely relaxed, as if they have become part of the night itself. Imagine your own body becoming part of this peaceful landscape, completely supported and fully at rest. The silver drizzle has almost faded, leaving the meadow glistening under the moonlight. The shepherd lowers his head to rest completely, ears flicking occasionally, but otherwise still. The lambs curl closer, nestling fully against him, completely safe and warm. Picture yourself wrapped in this same calm and gentle warmth, every part of your body relaxing further and further. The moonlight spreads a gentle glow across the pasture, highlighting each blade of grass and droplet of water. The shepherd's breathing is slow and rhythmic, the lambs perfectly still. Imagine your own breath joining this gentle rhythm, each inhale soothing, each exhale releasing all tension and thought. The distant owl calls once more, softly, a single note carried across the meadow. The shepherd's ears twitch in acknowledgement, tail tightening slightly around the lambs in response. The lambs' bodies relax further at the sound, fully trusting the night and the shepherd's presence. Imagine yourself listening to this distant, soft note, letting it lull your mind deeper into a state of calm and stillness. The mist drifts ever so slowly, brushing against the shepherd, lambs, and grass, soft and cool. The shepherd hums quietly again, almost imperceptibly, blending fully with the gentle night symphony. The lamb's breathing remains steady and slow, a perfect echo of tranquility. Imagine yourself completely enveloped in this mist, letting every inhale carry calm and every exhale release any lingering tension. The night deepens around the meadow, and the mist softens the edges of everything it touches. Each blade of grass shimmers with droplets from the earlier drizzle, and the shepherd's eyes reflect the moonlight like tiny pools of calm. The lambs remain nestled around him, their small bodies rising and falling with slow, steady breaths. Imagine yourself here, lying gently on the cool, damp grass, yet fully supported and safe, letting every tiny sound of the night sink into your awareness. A soft breeze drifts across the pasture, brushing the shepherd's fur and causing the lamb's ears to twitch ever so slightly. The breeze carries the faint scent of wet earth and wildflowers, a fragrance that soothes and calms the mind. The shepherd lifts a paw slowly to brush the fur of one of the lambs, careful and deliberate, a gesture of reassurance and love. Visualize the sensation on your own skin, each touch light, each movement deliberate, bringing a profound sense of comfort and security. The stream's gentle gurgle grows more distinct, winding its way lazily across the meadow, carrying the reflections of stars and moonlight. The shepherd tilts his head slightly to watch it, then lowers it again with complete calm. The lambs shift slightly, pressing closer for warmth, feeling the rhythm of his heartbeat beneath them. Imagine yourself listening to this slow, consistent heartbeat, allowing it to synchronize with your own, a soft, soothing pulse guiding you toward relaxation. The clouds drift slowly across the sky, occasionally hiding the moon and then letting its soft silver glow spill again across the pasture. The shepherd's tail curls more tightly around the lambs, a protective spiral of warmth. They sigh softly in unison, each breath deeper than the last. Picture your own body spiraling gently into comfort, each exhale releasing tension, and every inhale filling you with quiet warmth. The mist curls around the shepherd and his flock, caressing their fur and the ground beneath them. Tiny droplets hang on the tips of grass, sparkling like little stars themselves. The shepherd lowers his head to rest fully, whiskers twitching in response to the soft night air. The lambs' bodies relax fully, soft and pliable against his warmth. Imagine yourself sinking into a gentle, supportive surface, the mist wrapping you in calm, each droplet a tiny point of soothing sensation. A distant owl hoots again, each note carried softly across the field. The shepherd's ears twitch, acknowledging the sound, and he hums quietly in response, a note that blends seamlessly with the night. The lambs breathe even slower, their tiny hearts sinking to the gentle rhythm of the night. Picture yourself breathing in time with these sounds, each inhale calm, each exhale slow, allowing your thoughts to drift away like clouds in a serene sky. The moon peeks through a gap in the clouds, bathing the meadow in silver light. The shepherd lifts a paw lazily, brushing a droplet from his fur, as if every motion is a deliberate meditation. The lambs press closer, feeling every movement as a signal of comfort and care. Imagine your own body shifting gently, finding the most relaxed position, every movement intentional, every sensation comforting and safe. The breeze moves softly through the tall grass, causing a delicate rustling sound that carries across the meadow. The shepherd hums again, low and even, as if responding to the wind. The lamb's eyes flutter softly, some drifting halfway into sleep, their breathing steady and deep. Imagine yourself listening to this soft symphony, the rustle of grass, the distant brook, and the gentle hum wrapping around your consciousness like a cozy blanket. The mist thickens just slightly, swirling around the shepherd and lambs, softening their outlines in the moonlight. The shepherd adjusts his position minutely, ensuring each lamb remains fully supported. Their breaths are slow and harmonious, creating a perfect rhythm that resonates with the surrounding night. Picture yourself wrapped in the same protective embrace, every part of you supported, every sense softened, and your body sinking deeper into calm. The soft sound of the stream becomes a gentle lullaby, flowing past stones and around roots with a continuous, soothing rhythm. The shepherd's paw lifts once more to touch a lamb lightly, then rests again, small movements, deliberate and soothing. Imagine each ripple of the stream spreading through your mind, carrying away tension, leaving only quiet awareness and deep, restful calm. The stars twinkle faintly through the drifting clouds, their light faint but steady, reflected in droplets across the pasture. The shepherd tilts his head, whiskers twitching, listening to the combination of night sounds, then lowers his head again with perfect serenity. The lamb's bodies settle fully against him, breathing in perfect unison. Visualize the stars above your own mind, each one a soft point of calm, guiding your awareness into a tranquil, weightless state. The faint aroma of wet grass and earth fills the air, grounding the night and offering a subtle, comforting scent. The shepherd shifts slightly, adjusting the warmth of his tail around the lambs, ensuring complete comfort. The lambs breathe deeper, each exhale releasing tension, each inhale absorbing calm. Imagine your own senses filled with this same grounding aroma, each breath calming your body further and further, bringing your awareness fully into the present moment. The moonlight falls gently on the stream, painting tiny silver lines across the water, while the mist swirls softly around the shepherd and lambs. The shepherd hums one last gentle note, a sound that seems to vibrate softly through the entire meadow. The lambs sigh in unison, their eyes closing fully, completely at ease. Picture yourself enveloped in the same calm vibrations, every muscle releasing tension, every thought drifting away, leaving only serenity. The night continues in perfect quiet, the only sounds, the gentle rustle of grass, the flowing stream, and the occasional soft hum from the shepherd. The mist drifts like slow-moving clouds, softening every edge, creating a sense of infinite calm. The lambs are motionless, their breaths steady and slow. Imagine yourself here, fully at peace, each inhale filling you with warmth, each exhale releasing any lingering restlessness, your body melting into stillness. The shepherd rests fully, tail wrapped securely around the flock, and every lamb is fully relaxed, heads tucked softly into the warmth of his body. The moonlight glows faintly through the mist, softening the edges of the pasture, casting a gentle glow on every surface. Picture yourself sinking further into the softness around you, every part of your body supported, every sensation of safety and calm filling your awareness completely. The distant brook continues its gentle song. The rustle of grass blends with the faint hum of the night air, and the shepherd breathes slowly, deeply, rhythmically. The lambs respond, their tiny breaths and soft movements in perfect harmony with the natural world around them. Imagine yourself breathing alongside them, each inhale filling you with calm, each exhale carrying away tension, your mind drifting closer and closer to restful sleep. The night seems to expand around the shepherd and lambs, every detail softened by mist and moonlight, every sound a gentle lullaby. The shepherd shifts minutely, a reassuring movement that sends a wave of calm through the lambs. Imagine this gentle wave traveling through your body, relaxing every muscle, softening every thought, bringing a deep sense of rest and comfort. The stars twinkle faintly in the distance, clouds moving slowly across the sky, and the moon casts a steady silver glow over the pasture. The shepherd's paw rests lightly on one lamb, his tail curling warmly around the others. The lamb's breathing slows further, bodies completely at rest. Picture yourself nestled in this same warmth and stillness, completely supported, letting the soft, rhythmic sounds of the night lull your mind deeper into calm and serenity. The silver drizzle softens to a fine mist, falling lightly across the meadow and settling on each blade of grass. The shepherd rises just slightly, his paws pressing into the soft earth as he stretches, careful not to disturb the lambs. The gentle sound of his movement blends with the distant gurgle of the stream and the subtle rustle of leaves. Imagine the softness of the earth beneath your own body, cool but welcoming, supporting every inch of you as you sink deeper into relaxation. A faint wind moves through the pasture, carrying the scent of wet earth, moss, and a hint of wildflowers. The shepherd tilts his head, whiskers twitching with awareness, before lowering his gaze back to the lambs. Each small movement is slow and deliberate, a demonstration of calm care that resonates through the night air. Picture your own body matching this rhythm, slow, deliberate, every movement intentional, every breath steady and deep. The stream winds lazily past the edge of the pasture, reflecting the moonlight like liquid silver. Small ripples form where tiny stones nudge the water, creating a gentle, continuous melody. The shepherd watches the flow for a moment, then lies back slightly, allowing the lambs to nestle closer. Feel your body following the same gentle flow, each exhale releasing tension, each inhale filling you with the same quiet assurance and peace. The mist curls around the shepherd and his flock, softening the edges of the world. The lambs breathe in unison, their tiny chests rising and falling slowly. The shepherd hums quietly, a sound that seems to wrap around the pasture like a gentle blanket. Imagine this hum traveling through your own body, relaxing muscles you did not even know were tense, sending a deep sense of comfort to every corner of your mind. The moon peeks through the mist, casting a calm silver glow across the field. The shepherd adjusts his position slightly, tail curling round the lambs to maintain warmth and connection. They sigh softly, a sound that merges with the distant ripple of water and the faint rustle of grass. Picture yourself surrounded by the same gentle embrace, fully supported, every breath a wave of calm carrying you deeper into serenity. Soft shadows form under the taller grasses, shifting slightly as the mist moves with the wind. The shepherd's ears swivel gently, noting each subtle sound of the night, before settling back with perfect tranquility. The lambs press closer, trusting fully in the warmth and protection. Imagine your own awareness softening like these shadows, every edge of your thoughts becoming smooth and indistinct, every concern floating away. A distant owl calls once more, a note that stretches across the meadow and disappears into the night. The shepherd's eyes follow its path for a heartbeat before returning to the lambs. The lamb's breathing deepens, slower and steadier, in perfect harmony with the natural rhythm around them. Picture yourself breathing alongside them, each inhale bringing calm, each exhale releasing any lingering tension, your mind softening like the night around the meadow. The mist thickens just slightly, veiling the shepherd and his flock in a gentle haze. The silver drizzle has disappeared, leaving the air cool and fresh, each droplet clinging to grass and leaves. The shepherd shifts minutely, ensuring every lamb remains nestled comfortably within his warmth. Imagine your own body sinking further into support, every point of contact soft and secure, every muscle letting go more and more with each slow breath. The stream flows quietly, its small ripples forming a gentle, continuous melody. The shepherd tilts his head toward it, then lowers it back onto the ground, every movement calm and unhurried. The lambs nestle closer, pressing their tiny bodies into the protective curve of his tail. Visualize yourself sinking fully into the same peaceful rhythm. Every sound around you, a soft wave of relaxation. Every movement, a signal to your body to let go. The clouds drift slowly across the sky, occasionally revealing the moon's soft light that paints the pasture in silver and shadow. The shepherd hums low and quietly, each note blending seamlessly with the night sounds. The lamb's eyes flutter, some drifting into sleep, some breathing slow and calm. Picture your own mind drifting like this, moving slowly between moments of awareness and moments of rest, guided by the gentle melody of the night. The mist swirls around every blade of grass, softening shapes and muting color. The shepherd's fur glistens slightly from the earlier drizzle, the droplets catching the moonlight softly. The lambs remain nestled close, breathing slow and even. Imagine this mist settling around you, a soft, protective veil that shields you from worry and invites relaxation into every part of your body. The breeze carries a gentle scent of wet earth, grass, and faint wildflowers, a natural aroma that fills the meadow with quiet comfort. The shepherd stretches slightly, careful not to disturb the lambs, a movement slow and intentional. The lambs shift minutely, pressing closer, fully supported by his warmth. Picture yourself enveloped in this scent and sensation, each breath grounding you further into calm and rest. The stars twinkle faintly through the clouds, their light soft and unhurried, each one a pinprick of gentle illumination in the vast night sky. The shepherd's tail curls around the lambs, a soft spiral of warmth and protection. The lambs' breathing becomes even slower, their bodies fully relaxed. Imagine yourself enveloped in this same warmth, every exhale carrying away tension, every inhale filling you with soft, calm energy. The distant brook continues to flow, its ripples forming an endless, hypnotic pattern. The shepherd's paw lifts gently, resting lightly on one lamb before settling again. The lamb's small bodies move imperceptibly with his motion, in perfect harmony with the night. Picture your own body moving in perfect sync with the natural rhythm around you, every part of you aligned with calm and serenity. The moonlight shifts as clouds drift, painting the pasture with alternating patches of light and shadow. The shepherd's eyes close slowly, every whisker relaxed, every muscle letting go. The lambs nestle closer, their breathing soft and steady, each one a small wave of calm energy. Imagine this soft light enveloping you, wrapping you in gentle warmth and peace, each breath guiding you deeper into rest. The mist thickens slightly, curling around every figure in the meadow, softening the edges of the world. The shepherd adjusts slightly, ensuring every lamb remains safe and comfortable. They sigh together, a quiet chorus of contentment and calm. Imagine yourself fully supported, wrapped in this same gentle embrace, every sound, every movement guiding you toward serenity and sleep. The distant owl hoots once more, its note carried softly across the field. The shepherd hums in response, a low, gentle sound that resonates with the mist, the stream, and the stars. The lamb's breathing deepens further, bodies completely relaxed, fully at ease. Picture this resonance moving through you, every vibration a signal to let go, every sound a step closer to restful slumber. The night feels endless and soft, each element blending together in a gentle lullaby. The shepherd rests fully, tail and paws curled protectively around the lambs. The stars reflect softly in the stream, the mist drifts slowly across the pasture, and the moon hangs serene in the sky. Imagine yourself in this scene, every sense attuned to comfort, every part of your body sinking deeper into calm, every breath guiding you toward complete rest. The shepherd's soft hum becomes almost imperceptible, blending completely with the sounds of the stream, the rustle of grass, and the night air. The lambs breathe slowly, perfectly synchronized, fully relaxed. Picture your own body sinking to this rhythm, each exhale soft and complete, each inhale calm and restorative. Every thought drifts away, replaced by a deep sense of peace and stillness. The pasture stretches endlessly under the soft glow of the moon, the grasses shimmering slightly with the lingering touch of the mist. The shepherd shifts just a little, ensuring each lamb is perfectly nestled, warm and safe. You can feel the coolness of the night air brushing gently against your skin as you imagine being there, fully immersed in the calm of this quiet world. Every breath you take matches the slow, steady rhythm of the lamb's breathing, and with every exhale you release tension from your body. A soft breeze moves through the pasture, carrying the faint scent of wildflowers and damp earth. The shepherd's ears flick slightly as he listens to the subtle sounds around him, the rustling of leaves, the distant murmur of the stream, the occasional chirp of a night bird. These small noises create a soothing soundtrack, a gentle backdrop that invites your mind to wander and relax completely. Let your thoughts drift in the same rhythm, light and easy, floating effortlessly through the calm night air. The mist continues to curl around the meadow, softening the contours of the landscape. Shadows dance lightly in the moonlight as the shepherd adjusts slightly, shifting his weight to maintain warmth around the lambs. They respond with tiny sighs of comfort, pressing closer into the curve of his tail and paws. Imagine yourself as part of this serene world, every muscle relaxing further, every thought slowing down, as if you are also being gently cradled by the quiet night. The moon's silver light glints off the shepherd's fur, highlighting each delicate whisker and the gentle curve of his body. The lamb's fur glimmers softly as well, their tiny bodies snug and warm. You can feel the calm energy of this scene flowing into you, wrapping you in a soft, protective blanket of serenity. Allow yourself to sink deeper into this feeling, letting go of anything that might still weigh on your mind. Water from the stream glides past quietly, its ripples catching tiny reflections of the stars above. The shepherd tilts his head slightly, observing the subtle motion, before returning his focus to the lambs. Their breathing slows further, and their tiny hearts seem to beat in harmony with the soft rhythm of the night. Picture yourself aligning with this same gentle pulse, each inhale drawing in peace, each exhale releasing all remaining tension. The grass beneath the shepherd and lambs bends softly under their weight, each blade responding to the quiet movements. The mist hovers just above the ground, curling around them like a soft veil, making every detail of the world appear gentle and dreamlike. Feel yourself surrounded by this same softness, every sense attuned to the quiet beauty, every muscle and thought melting away into ease. A faint rustle moves through the taller grasses as a small field mouse scurries past, cautious and quiet. The shepherd barely notices, ears flicking in acknowledgement before returning to the lambs. Their breathing continues, steady and calming. Let this small motion become part of the scenery in your mind, each little movement of life adding depth to the gentle world around you. The silver drizzle from earlier has completely vanished, leaving the meadow damp but calm. The shepherd shifts his tail slightly to ensure the lambs remain comfortable, a movement so subtle yet filled with care. They press closer into the warmth, sighing softly. You can imagine yourself lying beside them, fully at ease, wrapped in a cocoon of safety and warmth. Every breath a lullaby of comfort. The wind rises a little, whispering through the leaves of a distant grove, carrying the scent of wet earth and faint herbs. The shepherd's eyes follow the motion with calm attentiveness, then gently close. The lambs respond in kind, their tiny eyes fluttering shut. Picture your own eyes gently closing, letting the softness of the night wash over you, each sound, each scent, each gentle motion, encouraging your mind to drift deeper into tranquility. The stars shine faintly through gaps in the mist, their reflections dancing on the surface of the stream. The shepherd hums a quiet, almost inaudible tune, and the lambs nestle closer, their tiny bodies radiating comfort and warmth. Let your mind absorb this harmony, letting it ripple through your body, relaxing each muscle, softening each thought, guiding you into a peaceful state. The night continues, unhurried and calm, each element of the meadow perfectly balanced in gentle stillness. The shepherd adjusts again slightly, a careful motion to maintain connection and warmth. The lamb's breathing remains slow, deep, and rhythmic. Imagine your own body following the same rhythm, sinking into relaxation with each breath, each heartbeat matching the calm pulse of the meadow. A light dew begins to form on the grass, sparkling faintly in the silver light. The shepherd's fur glistens slightly, the tiny droplets reflecting the gentle glow around him. The lambs shift just enough to nestle closer, their tiny bodies moving in quiet unison. Picture the sensation of this dew, cool and refreshing, mingling with the warmth of the shepherd's body. As if you too are part of this tranquil scene. The moon drifts behind a thin veil of clouds, softening the light and casting the meadow in gentle shades of silver and gray. The shepherd's tail curls protectively around the lambs, his body a quiet fortress of warmth and care. Feel yourself embraced by this same protective calm, every worry slipping away like the mist drifting across the meadow, every sensation guiding you toward deep relaxation. The stream murmurs quietly in the distance, its continuous motion a gentle, hypnotic lullaby. The shepherd hums again, soft and low, blending seamlessly with the natural sounds of the night. The lambs respond with tiny sighs, each one a signal of contentment and trust. Imagine yourself absorbing this gentle energy, each sound, each movement, each breath wrapping you in layers of calm, inviting sleep to settle softly over you. The wind rustles the leaves of the distant trees, carrying a faint scent of rain and earth. The shepherd listens quietly for a moment, then lies back, his body completely relaxed around the lambs. They breathe steadily, bodies completely at ease. Picture your own body becoming this relaxed, every muscle softening, every thought fading. As you sink further into peaceful stillness, the mist curls around the meadow once more, softening edges and creating a dreamlike haze. The stars twinkle faintly above, their light gentle and unhurried. The shepherd hums one last note, a soft whisper that blends with the night. Let this whisper fill your mind and body, each sound a thread of calm weaving through your thoughts, guiding you deeper into relaxation and sleep. The lamb's small breaths are now almost imperceptible, their tiny hearts beating in perfect rhythm with the shepherd's warmth. The moonlight drifts across the pasture, casting soft patterns on the grass. Imagine yourself completely surrounded by this calm, every sense absorbed in the gentle night, every breath leading you closer to the quiet comfort of sleep. The first faint light of dawn begins to appear on the horizon, soft and warm, painting the meadow in muted gold and silver. The shepherd stirs slightly, tail brushing lightly against the grass, ensuring the lambs remain comfortable. They stretch in tiny movements, yawning gently, their small bodies still radiating warmth. Imagine yourself here, lying in the cool dew while wrapped in the shepherd's calm presence. The world around you, quiet and safe. A few birds begin their morning calls, soft chirps carried on the faint breeze. The shepherd's ears twitch in recognition, then relax again, as if he understands this gentle heralding of a new day. The lambs stir slightly, blinking sleepy green eyes into the morning light. Feel your own eyelids softening, your body sinking deeper into comfort, every sense attuned to the serenity of the waking meadow. The silver mist gradually lifts, curling and dissipating into the sky, revealing the gentle shapes of distant trees and rolling hills. The shepherd rises slowly, careful not to disturb the lamb's rest, moving with a calm and deliberate grace. Each paw step presses lightly into the damp grass, leaving small impressions that shimmer for a moment before fading. Let your mind wander softly along these tiny traces, feeling the grounding connection to the earth beneath you. The stream reflects the pale morning light, sparkling and glimmering as the water moves over stones and reeds. The shepherd pauses beside it, looking into the quiet reflections, ears tilted slightly. The lambs remain nestled at his side, their tiny bodies almost blending with the softness of the pasture. Imagine the gentle trickle of water as a lullaby for your mind, each note washing away the remnants of worry, leaving only tranquility. A light breeze carries the scent of earth, grass, and early flowers, mixing with the warmth of the shepherd and lambs. He breathes in slowly, and you can almost feel the rhythm of his calm exhale. The lambs respond with tiny, gentle movements, their warmth radiating comfort and security. Let yourself absorb this same rhythm, each inhale bringing calm, each exhale releasing tension, each heartbeat syncing with the peaceful meadow. The shepherd carefully guides the lambs toward a sun-dappled patch of grass, still wet with dew. Their tiny hooves press softly into the earth, ears flicking in curiosity, tails gently swaying. The light spreads slowly across the landscape, illuminating the textures of the meadow, the shimmer of the mist, and the soft fur of the lambs. Picture yourself basking in this gentle glow, wrapped in the same warmth and serenity, your body softening further with each breath. The distant village bell tolls, faint and melodic, echoing softly across the fields. The shepherd listens, his posture calm, then turns back to his flock, checking that each lamb is content and safe. Their tiny eyes meet his with quiet trust, a bond of reassurance and peace. Let this feeling settle within you, a steady, gentle anchor, grounding you in the safety and softness of the scene. The meadow is fully bathed in the soft light of morning now, the shadows retreating, the grasses sparkling with dew. The shepherd lies down again, curling protectively around the lambs, tail tucked securely. They breathe steadily, in quiet harmony with one another, with the earth, and with the new day. Imagine yourself lying here beside them, every muscle releasing, every thought drifting away, carried on the calm, gentle currents of the morning. The shepherd hums once more, a low, quiet note that blends with the gentle rustle of grass and the distant singing of birds. The lambs respond with soft sighs, small gestures of contentment. Allow yourself to absorb this melody, each sound guiding your mind into deep relaxation, each movement encouraging your body to sink further into peace. As the light grows warmer and the day begins to awaken, the shepherd slowly rises, lifting one paw to wave softly. The lambs stir gently, their eyes brightening in quiet joy. You feel the same lightness, the same sense of calm satisfaction flowing through your body. The world is steady, serene, and safe, every sound and movement a lullaby for your soul. Finally, the shepherd settles one last time, holding a small wooden sign in his paws that reads, "Subscribe," in bold black letters. The lambs frolic lightly around him, tails swaying and soft bleats echoing. You can imagine the gentle motion, the tender warmth, the feeling of being part of this calm, loving world. Allow your mind to rest completely, knowing that everything is in harmony, safe and soft. The meadow stretches quietly into the horizon, bathed in the soft, golden glow of morning. Every blade of grass, every leaf, and every drop of dew perfectly still. The shepherd remains as a steadfast guardian of the lambs, the morning light caressing his fur. You lie here in your own quiet space, wrapped in the serenity of this gentle world, drifting softly toward the edge of sleep, every breath slow and even. The final image lingers, perfect and unhurried. The shepherd holding the wooden sign that says, "Subscribe," lambs scattered around, moving gently and freely, and the soft glow of dawn illuminating the peaceful meadow. Your eyes close fully now, your body and mind completely relaxed. The world is calm, warm, and safe, carrying you into a deep, restful sleep.